like the video, thumb up the video.
Sir, back up, please. Sir, you got to back up. Come on, be a human being. Back up, please. Come on. Can I be any more nicer? Can I be any more polite?
Come on,
back
man.
up.
No such thing as a white man being nice, man.
All right, you said that, right?
Yeah. Show me where y'all nice at.
I don't need to show
Come on,
you.
man.
I'm just asking to back up.
I'm back.
When you're doubting that bullshit that you've been told, and you need that info. Sonetta TV, Sonetta TV. Tune in to consciousness and watch the lies fold. Then you can let the truth flow. On Sonetta TV, Sonetta TV. When you feel that melanin about to explode, like you feel the wind blow. It's Sonetta TV, Sonetta TV. I know you got the truth, but you can get more, so you continue to grow. Sonetta TV, Sonetta TV.
Girl, I'm dialing you. Ever since I met you, I've been all over you. Burberry, London is a smell on you. Gotta keep it player, I can't get too comfortable. Hey, girl, you know I'm jumping off the ropes. I ain't come to play. Been that nigga since forever, baby. It ain't much to say. Getting to the skrilla every time of day. Met a bad one on the way like Kim K. Hey, met a bad one on the way like Kim K. Like Kim K. Met a bad one on the way like Kim K. Hey, met a bad one on the way like Kim K. Like Kim K. Met a bad one on the way. Suit and tie, shorty, tell me what the business is. Got me feeling like this some official shit. Wear your fucking jersey and your whistle, bitch. I'm just trying to take it to the post like an N1. I'm just trying to work it like some errands. Split into your middle like a fraction. Skeletons you bring up out the closet, said it's random. Yeah. Hey. Shorty, you ain't even gotta do that. Thinking in your head that I'm big cap, no cap. Baby, I'm official as a visa stamp. Baby, I'm official as a cookie stamp. Baby, I got the piece with the cookie stamp. People's child, hey. Nigga really think I found a bad bitch. Nigga know I really was bad. Nigga really think I found a bad bitch. Hey, girl, you know I'm jumping off the ropes. I ain't come to play. Been that nigga since forever, baby. It ain't much to say. Getting to the skrilla every time of day. Met a bad one on the way like Kim K. Hey, met a bad one on the way like Kim K. Like Kim K. Met a bad one on the way like Kim K. Hey, met a bad one on the way like Kim K. Like Kim K. Met a bad one on the way. Call it Kimmy Cakes. Hey.
I'm the rock squad up, Magi archers in the building, please believe. Oh shit. If you ain't Sinetta, no time for that interview, dog. I put my shit out for niggas, I don't send it to blogs. Clan killer off the Buddha, not being discreet. One puff, this big pops and projectiles. Between the sheets. Sun run, cold game, bring your cleats. The best flow blow, Eskimo, penguin feet. Don't need no blunt to burn. You run the turf with 10 niggas on the block. That's a punt return. Ayo, Dolomite prototype soldier with the solar light. Saber and he hold it like he hold a mic. Golden ice pendants. Sipping on that overpriced poltergeist spirits. Ripping at the open mic. Spoke the nice lyrics like Mama moved mean overnight. Golden motorbike holding on some Tron shit. That nice neon kit is on it. The king's libation with exotic liqueur. The queen's vibration like a Sada Shakur. A lot of decor, imported foreign threads, they ain't got at the store. Nubian Kush, and black top pottery jaws, 39% THC, the quality pure. Old rappers try to spit, ain't hot as before. It's like I'm 5 flights above, bust the shots at the floor. Cats switch up their style when they ain't got it no more. Cause they gotta keep their product in stores to feed their kids. See what that weed did? The yes man agreeing on everything we said. I smother the mic like it's the love of my life. Don't get sliced and beat with the butt of the knife. Brother polite to say I'm animalistic, cause I still be in the hood with my hand on my pistol. The Hebrews think I'm cannibalistic, E5 divination, channel the mystic, audio visionary. Let's play poetical Pictionary. Picture me burning down your missionary. Yeah, then I send you religion. That red dot on your head, that's Hindu tradition. Invisible, independent, intrinsic shit. I'll bring it all to an end with indivisible gains. Charles Xavier, getting your brain. Mental anguish or manifesting physical pain. Wizard remains to dance in the chemical rain. Breathe slow, then I'm up out of this physical plane. Got military machinery that exercise, weaponized greenery. Shine at a jeopardize the scenery, son. Bruh, the beam 10 times your distance. Inclines convention. Stop rising with no trend line resistance. The parabolic breakout. I'm F-16 with the aeronautic fake out. The God killer. The God killer. The God killer. The God killer. It's the God killer. The God killer. That's who it is. The God killer. The God killer. It's the God killer. The God killer. The God killer. The God killer. It's the God killer. The God killer. The God killer. The God killer.
Black African power. What's good? What's happening? A wild organized lie defeats a disorganized truth every time. Woo-hoo-wee. Man, y'all already know what it is, man. It's Bobby banging this bitch. What's good, family, man? Y'all already know how it is, man. They revving up for another debate. We're going to make sure we in the building, man. We're going to make sure we support the sisterhood and their approach towards knowledge and intellect and doing it like only the black community can do it. With them fancy words, well put together slang, having fun, well spoken, well pronounced. Y'all already know what it is, man. Let the people come in the building, you know what I'm saying? Running a little late because I dove on that show. And then some brothers were still on the panel, so I wanted to give them some extra information. They had some information. They wanted to know some information about, they was in the debate and they had some questions, right? In that flat earth debate. And, you know, I got some good feedback, so you know how we do it. We always like those moments of clarity and teaching, and we appreciate that. So, yeah, man, we'll let the people come up in the building a little bit, man. It don't matter, man. We do this thing. We're having fun. Let me see who in the building. I apologize for my tardiness, but it is what it is, man. And I see you, Tony Tone. Omar Reed, what's good? I see you. The homie Stephen, what's up? Sean Rice, what's up with you, man? Who else we got in the spot? Karen Ron, I see you. Al Jahid, Paul Cass, Gullah Geechee, Smalls, what's good with you? Timmy Turner, Black African Power. Man, we streaming from 2 different platforms. Y'all know it, man. Bobby Banger. Man, go over there and subscribe, man. Man, Community of Skeptics, Real Black Atheism. Y'all know what it is, man. Subscribe to that channel, man. Subscribe to the Pseudo Killers, man. That's home court all day, every day, man. Man, we over here, man, on Black News 102, man. And we feeling good and we doing it well. We appreciate Sarnetta, man, for putting forth these platforms over the last 15 years, man. We appreciate that. We appreciate the Magi Archers, man. We had to get them over here. Appreciate that, man. Man. Detro 0861. You know what it is, man. Get knowledge. You know what it is, man. I see you in the building, Miss Tiffany. Shout out to you. Pseudo Killer Official. I see you 902 times 91. What's up, man? Well, I don't know how you got blocked, but you must have said something. Wow. How you get blocked over there? Probably said something. Wow. You know how I get. I probably got caught. I was peeping in the chat and seeing you said something wild. And I thought it was, you know how I get, man. Man, I see you thought. What's going on with you, man? Posterius. Honored member in the Discord, man. Jody Breeze. Yeah. It's all good, man. We enjoying ourselves, man. We're going to have a nice little easy show tonight. We're going to get it in. Go back and check the show out from yesterday, man. It was right there, man. Appreciate that, man. Man, make sure y'all subscribe to the Bobby Banger Show, man. Subscribe to the Pseudo Killers and the Community of Skeptics, man. Y'all got to subscribe to that, man. You know? Yeah, we almost at 3,000 at the Community of Skeptics. You know what I'm saying? Real Black Atheists, man. We want to hit that 3,000. I think we need about 20 more, man. From West Africa, man. I see you, man. Big up to West Africa, man. That's home court, man, for most of us, man. Ancestors buried. Respect. We know what it is, man. All right, Vince, I'm going to unblock you over there. Venice. Did I say that right? I think I did. I'm going to definitely unblock you. I got to get over there, man. But yeah, man, we got to at least get 50 people in here tonight. I know it's late. My name is Tika. Did I say that right? Yeah. Peace and love, man. I like to, before we get started, man, let the people get in the building. No, we almost at the numbers. Probably got to be at 6 before I really get into it, man. Let me get to 60. Infinite Minds, you know what it is. I see the stars then came out tonight, man, to celebrate learning, man. And even when we pseudo, it's hope that we can look past it. It's hope that we can get out of our blackology and just love being black. See, I'm black and I'm proud, and I'm damn proud of it. But I don't want that to make me misrepresent authentic African history. Because then I wouldn't really learn what I really came to learn. So shout out to all the real teachers, man, that despite the blackology that they got on us, man, they really want to know who we are. OG Fish Room, yeah. Shout out to the world that support the struggle of the Black Americans, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate that. And you know, we here in a good groove, and we smooth, and we enjoying ourselves, man. And yeah, man, we got some real powerful events coming up, man. Yeah, we're gonna have some physicists come on. Sister coming in, right? We're gonna announce that. We're gonna drop that flyer, man. And yeah, and then you know we got that debate, and then y'all know y'all got that rewind, man. Right? Bring your pencils and pads into the rewind. Moderators, man, drop the link for the rewind. It's $15. If you got it, you got it. If you don't, you don't. If you miss it, you need to go watch it. All right. That probably go to our Patreon account that we putting together I don't know. But what we will do is we will continue to bring you top-notch content, man. No matter where I'm at, man, I travel well. The supporters travel well. Appreciate that. Right? We appreciate the intelligent crowd. We appreciate those who fight against the pseudoisms that want to maim them in understanding their culture and their history and where they came from. Shout out to just people in general that's fighting with us in the struggle. We can't do it by ourselves. Shout out to all the teachers, black, white, green, purple, and orange, right? They want to make sure the black babies get educated so they can stand on the world stage and be competent and compete. We got 56,000 people in the building, man. Let them get up in there so we can do our thing. Byron Coleman, what it do? What it do? What's good with you? So yeah, it's a good thing. First person popped up before we even get started. Just early when I'm gonna drop that link. Yeah, we all day, yo. We enjoying this thing. What's good, Stu Peas? I see you. What's good? Guess he quiet out. Rock City, New York. Gideon Block. Yeah. Like to give a big shout out to all the brothers and sisters in the Discord that donated to this event we got going. Y'all know y'all get the tickets with that when we put it out. But that's some love, man. Flying high, I see you, man. I see you. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's big up to all the people in the Discord that kicked out their bread. Y'all ain't had to do it. A lot of scamming going on in the community, man. And I appreciate your trust. So yeah, man, we're gonna turn this notch up a little bit. Maybe at 70. Get to 70. Yup, the topic today, the Moors, Mansa Musa, the early Muslim conquests, Native Americans, and the black man. So I actually wanted to make sure I talked about the Columbian Exchange. I'm gonna have to put that in the title. I wonder if I got enough space. Native Americans, black man, the black man in the Columbian Exchange. Most y'all ain't even heard about what the Columbian Exchange is. All right. Uh-huh. Brother Reggie in the bill. So yeah, man, we lit. James Modest. I see you. Appreciate the family, man. Appreciate the Discord. Discourse. We operate at the highest levels. Man, appreciate to everybody who just support the daggone thing, man. Got that first cash app in the day early in the count. Appreciate you, brother Byron. Hey, man, we got to give a moment of silence, man. I have not been given permission to actually, identify. But what I would like to say is a moment of silence to our fallen black comrades, to the babies, man. It's a war going on out here in these streets. And I know why Bobby Banger, me, I know why I'm here. I'm here to keep the babies from killing each other. And that can occur through proper education. So I want to give a moment of silence to the fallen comrades, the youngsters that don't make it past 16, 17, and 18. But shout out to them, man, to the young black men and young black women that lost their lives through ignorance. So yeah, this is real in our community, man. And I never understand the hate I get. I never think it's proper, but I get it anyway. If most of y'all understood my struggle, you would understand that I'm fortunate to be here sitting in this chair, man, being supported by the brothers and the sisters. And even the ones that want to fight and combat what I'm talking about, I'm glad to be able to see you. So I often wonder why people always try to come for my spot, want to be me. I never quite understand that because I never wanted to be another person. And even my father that I loved and I admired him and I appreciate his strength and his honor the way he did it, but I never wanted to actually be him. I wanted to learn from him. I wanted to know why the hell he was so damn cool. The coolest brother I knew, Bobby West. I wanted to know why he moved the way he moved. How? Right? And so I studied him, but I never wanted to be him. But I wanted to understand why he was what he was, because I knew I could never be him. But in watching him, I knew I could be the best me. So that's all I ask out the brothers and sisters, especially the brothers. They always trying to come for me. They always want to be me. I'm gonna knock them off to this. Why? Went through a lot to be me. Before you could be me, you got to get shot twice. Yeah. Before you can be me, you got to get shot at point blank range, shot in your neck, point blank range, and you got to be able to smell the gunpowder. Then, yeah. So why y'all want to be me? You don't want to be me. You got to walk in my shoes to be me. Yeah, you got to smell the gunpowder, right? And then you got to get shot again. You got to stand in the middle of the street and pull your pants down and see the blood and hoping your thing's still there. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And then be relieved and, man, just missed. Huh. Yeah, before you be me. You got to spend 2 years homeless in the streets of Baltimore, Maryland. 2 winters outside before you be me. Got to go through a lot, man. You got to have a drug habit for years. Right? Before you be me. You got to rise all the way to the top of the drug game, get knocked all the way down, be homeless, and then rise again sober before you could be me. You got to be able to drink Thunderbird at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 pints and a half of another one before you could be me, and still walk straight and know how much to drink so you don't mess up the thing and get locked up while you're out there hustling for pennies for you be me. You would have to be a person that could go outside with no damn money, right? And control the drug trade without no damn drugs before you could be me. Went through a lot, and I ain't bragging, but I'm trying to figure out why they always trying to be like me. You would have to come into a community that's anti-scientific, but claiming to be super black and love African people, but everything they say is wow. And you would have to stand on the other side of that pressure and stand up by your damn self if you want to be me. Why you want to be me? When I'm trying to teach you to be the best you, because you could never be me. So I don't know why they hate, because I don't do no hating. What I do is I participate. If you say something, if you disagree to me, I immediately go to the information and I participate in the discourse. So if you want to be me, yo, you barking up the wrong damn tree. You can't be me. They was hating. Well, I saw Netta let them jump on the channel. Why you want to be me? And I got haters, and I can call them out because they haters, and they refuse to participate. Why they scared to participate? Because they really know they can't be me, but they want to act like they want to be me. Man, it was a lot, man. You got to have twins, right? You got to have 2 daughters and a son. I say it again. before you be me. You got to go undefeated in your neighborhood with these hands like that before you could be me. You got to play football, baseball, right? And win championships in all of them before you could be me. You got to be 15 years old and control a marijuana trade in your neighborhood. And I don't mean I mean all of it before you could be me. You got to be 13 carrying a gun and your best friend gets shot beside you before you could be me. See, you might not want to be me. See, all the hate and all the craziness is around me. Just being on the other side by myself is wild to me. And that's why I cherish friendships that I've gathered in this community. So if you're new on the scene, you just coming around, you just starting to feel your atheism, yeah, I'm saying, why come for me? I sit at the round table, and I want to make sure that all Black people that's paying attention, right, can comfortably be a non-believer and go back to their family and explain why they don't believe. That's all I want out of y'all. I want us to be able to go through a pandemic and not be fooled by wild information. Yo, it's lonely at the top sometime, man. But that's okay. I got friends that love me and friends that hate me. But remember, if you want to be me, man, boy, you got to go through all of it. And then you got to be lucky because you might not make it. So I'm fortunate to be here sitting tonight, 11 o'clock, right? Talking to the people, hoping that I can kind of uplift them youngsters out there that think they tough, right? That bring out the banger without talking about it. I'm hoping that that something I say will make them want to have a conversation with each other and realize that there's things that can be misinterpreted and you ain't just got to shoot it, bro, right off the top. You can talk about it, and talking about it is what they do at the highest level. You don't just go bombing each other on the world stage. They don't just do it. Enemies, Russia, United States, they don't just do it. They talk about it first. We can't even do that. The level ain't just pull out your gun and kill a dude. The level is talk about it, have a conversation, work it out. Then if nothing can be resolved, then you stand all the way up. But we ain't doing that. We diving out the window, shooting each other over nothing, over color this and color that. I'm this, I'm tougher than you. And it's a lot going on with the kids out there, man. What we gonna do? How we gonna do it? We're going to do it with education. You say what? Yeah, because 90% of the people that's in the juvenile system that will later on become the criminals that we got to deal with in our neighborhood, right, are illiterate. That means they're not reading and writing at a proper level. And if you're not reading and writing, you ain't thinking at the right level. That's why it's easy to pull out a gun on your brother and kill him. So that's why I'm here. I'm here so no other brother and sister got to go through what I went through, because I really wasn't supposed to be here. And that ain't slick. That's the truth. Went against my mother's wishes. My father sure as hell didn't raise me, but he said, you know what, that boy right there, yo, he hard-headed, man. Because he understood what I was doing, how I was moving. But he was like, yo, at the end of the day, man, I'm going to let you learn that lesson. And boy, my mother loved me to damn death. Even when I was homeless, she would find a way to drive by me every damn day. At least give me some cigarette money. The woman fucking loved me. So if you want to be me, your mother got to be dead and your father got to be dead. And you got to know what it's like to be in this world without your mother and your father before you can be me. Be careful what you fucking ask for. Why don't you just be the best you can be? But yeah, we got 90,000 in the building. Right? We loving the babies, and that's why we got the pseudo killers. Right? It's for the family. Shout out to Q. He's loving the babies, man. He's over there doing the right thing. He's educating. He ain't saying don't read no damn books. He ain't saying that, yo. He's building, he's teaching. Hey, you know, life is stranger than fiction, you know. But shout out to Q Bella, man. He on that road, man. He's raising the intellect level of the babies around him, and those same babies will not go outside and shoot the hell out of somebody for nothing. This I guarantee. You know why? Because their literacy level is here. We're raising the literacy level in the community so they can make informed decisions That's not to say that you can get educated, you stop wanting to kill people, because you got educated people to do that too. But I'm saying it's the amount, it's the level, it's the reasons, it's the whole thing that's not there. So you got to be educated. You got to be literate and understand how to navigate the world we live in. And it's about making informed decisions. Don't let nobody sell you some daggone rocks and some grass and talk about it's going to stop this and stop that. No, we're going to read and we're going to see. Aboriginal and Gideon Block. So we here, appreciating everybody. Professor X, I see you. Thinker, I see you. Contrarian thinker, I see you. Black Lion Supreme is in the building. Haskell 45. So I see the families in the building, the haters and the lovers. It's all good, man, because I ain't got no picture. I teach everybody. So we right here, and man, I got a. What's up going on, Reggie? How you doing, brother?
Hey, I'm all right. Listening.
Listening in. We're going to start off with Kamisha, but go ahead. What's on your head, though, Reggie?
Hey, man, thanks everybody for watching my video on dealing with Dulcinea so that we could talk about things like West Africa and the history of West Africa and find that some people have biases, Islamic biases, Moorish biases, false identity biases against Africa, right? Want to replace African culture with their thinking, their unfounded thinking. Mm-hmm. And so we heard a lot. We heard a lot from both of them. And even though I was just dealing with Dulcinea, her improper, unhistorical thinking of West Africans supposedly being slavers and wanting to attack Timbuktu, she not understanding or covering up what Timbuktu really was, and then not understanding what would follow after that West African leader and his people was defeated, the opening up of the trans-Saharan slave trade through that area to get to Mansa Musa, who was a slaver, right? And who took Africans out of Africa to first to Cairo in Africa and then to Mecca. But that's okay with them. And then Commission come in and you talk about when he was talking to you, how messed up that was. And then Commission trying to take over a show that wasn't even his show. I was talking about Dulcinea. She was free to come in and try to defend herself, but he comes in and he thinks that it's his show and he got to explain stuff. Man, take it away, brother. Man, you know what it is, man.
Man, Pseudo Killer's official, man. The show is litty, man. Got 91,000 in the building over there watching, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Reggie, you right there, man. You know, it's always a good conversations. And I'm wanting to find the video. Let me find the video. You got the video, Reggie. What's it called? It's on a Reggie. Man.
Yeah, well,
okay, the show says the dose in there, right? All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the time stamp, and I'm gonna show y'all why I'm like I am. Now, Reggie, you know, he played with him. Reggie be having fun sometimes, yo. I don't be playing.
Nah, you know what? You know, sometimes I'm
weak. Take over, yo.
Sometimes I'm weak. Sometimes, you know, I want to hear a person out when I don't really need to hear a person out, right? And you know, and then I figured it out. He saw the numbers on the show. He didn't come in to defend Dulcinea, right? He didn't come in to defend Dulcinea. He came in to teach because he saw the numbers. So he looked up, somebody called him, it's 1,000 people in there. So it gives him an opportunity to come in and talk about something that we wasn't even talking about. And then he made a major mistake with Ankh. Major. He couldn't even fix that. In no way could he fix that. We talking about Mansa Musa.
Clip him up. We like to clip him up. Yeah, we clip some up around here, man. Let me get that. I got a tape. Hold on. I don't know why they ain't got the clip. Why we ain't got the clip function on that video right there, Reggie? I'm confused. What's up? Why is that? We need the clip function. We need all the function.
I
Is it
don't
something
know.
we can do? Why does that happen like that?
I don't know. Maybe Sonetta
Oh
disabled
my
it.
goodness. I ain't doing nothing. Let me see.
Maybe
2:58. Hold on. 2 hours and hold on. We're gonna get right to it. We're gonna get right to this. Let me see.
between you, I have to negotiate between very powerful institutions, the Moors, the Muslims, the Hebrews.
Reggie funny as hell.
Right? And come on, man. Come on, see what I gotta do. Then I gotta once in a while, you know, I got an internet dojo with my brother Ankh. You ain't showing the screen. You just
I know. I want to get to it.
Okay, skip through it.
I'm skipping through it. I'm dealing with you. I'm Reggie trying to figure out how we not gonna fight. Reggie, we definitely gonna fight on that whole skin map. You know it. Ain't no it's 2 ships running straight ahead. It's going.
Hey man, Ankh, man. I'm just
you
gonna
won't
tell
stop.
you.
No, and you my man. But I cannot allow our friendship to not open up that file on you. And when I'm wrong, you feeling like I'm wrong, so you open up a file on me. That's what you're doing.
I open up a file on the skin map. I ain't open up a file on you, but I'm gonna tell you, you're using the skin map like the 12 tribes chart and worse, like the flat earth.
You might be right. It's a possibility. That's why I'm gonna beat you up because I ain't doing it. That's crazy.
You using it like the flat earth. You said you're a skin mapper.
That's why you getting got.
Ankh is a skin mapper.
Not today. Look at him. You can get all the Indians and cowboys on your side.
He's a skin mapper.
Man. Where are we in this? Wow.
Earthers, man.
All right, so listen, we're gonna share the screen. We're gonna get right into this conversation, man. Make sure y'all over there. Hey, Pseudo Killers, man. We streaming from the Pseudo Killers, man. Appreciate Sonetta, man, for allowing that to happen, period, across the board. Don't hate, participate. Aboriginal. Let me see. Let me play the clip. We clipping them up. Bobby Clips. We got 99 people in the building. What's up, Zab? You was gonna say something quick? What you doing? Aboriginal. Crazy.
Yeah, so we going in on Mansa Musa today.
Yeah, we going.
That's a bunch of pseudo right there. That's why I came up because it's been brought to my attention that a lot of people have been saying that Mansa Musa's brother or his cousin or somebody, one of his family members came over here, but that's pseudo right there. So I agree with you on that point. But you are taking that point, right? That Mansa Musa's people never came to America, or I don't know what your position on that is.
Stop it. You know, I'm strictly scientific. You already know what it is. You're gonna ask me that question. It's common sense, bro. Well, I ain't gonna say common sense. I'm saying scientifically speaking, you're not gonna be able to prove that.
Yeah, you know, they kicking that Sir Ivan Sertima information.
Well, I respect Sir Ivan. He's an anthropologist, yo. I respect him.
Yeah, but he was a Pan-African though. He let that.
So what's wrong with being a Pan-African though, yo?
Nothing. That's just ain't nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, but you said
it will make you biased though.
And being a Indian won't. Yeah, it all makes us biased. All our biases are.
I just go with the information. You know what I'm saying? I go where the information leads me to.
Okay, let's go. Can y'all see that? Hey, Reggie, can you see the screen?
Yes, you can. Yes, I can.
We got Jamali the goddess on the screen, man. Shout out, she was supporting you. Shout out to you, shorty. You know what I'm saying. I don't want to say it, but I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. But as long as you know, we here, yo. All right.
And they would turn on the very Africans who translated it for them in the very Arabs. The fight between the Africans and the Arabs would facilitate the rise of Europe.
I want to stop right there. So he's telling you about the Moors. And please people go look at this. Because the brother tell you, he said if he had to choose between Christianity or Islam.
Okay. He grabbed that part and he ran with it. Okay. Said the Africans. All right. Berbers are considered Africans. And you can argue about and all that, but they North Africans, Berbers. All right. So the great master teacher, John V. Clark, didn't actually make that distinction. And it's not our job to play in the middle. Cause see what yo really saying, he trying to talk about us as in America. See, that's the game he playing with y'all. And he playing the trick. It's called debate and switch. Because what he really saying is that, those later on will become, Black Americans. That's the game he really playing. Okay, so we play his game with him as he misused people like John V. Clark, which is cool, right? It's cool. Let me go up a little bit more. See, we're going to get right to the thing at hand.
But
who paid for their shoes? Who paid for these?
Them brothers, and they fought them back. I can show this to you. You know what I mean? From sources back crossover in Saudi Arabia. So when he ran them over there in Saudi Arabia because they was trying to tax them, people don't know.
Forced Europe out of the Mediterranean, and they had forced Europe into the Middle Ages. Now Europe had discovered longitude and latitude and come out of its box. They'd gone back to sea. They had learned some maritime techniques from the school at Salamanca, that the Africans had translated the information from Spain, and they would turn on the very Africans who translated it for them in the very Arabs. The fight between the Africans and the Arabs would facilitate the rise of Europe.
I want to stop right there. So he's telling you about the Moors, and please people go look at this. Because the brother tell you, he said if he had to choose between Christianity or Islam, he would choose Islam. But he's saying that the invasion that took place was a purely African invasion. He said,
I don't know about all that. That ain't what that man said. How you gonna be fighting in Europe, right? Africans against the Arabs in Europe if it was just an African invasion. Anyway, so that's the great master teacher, and we will not stand beside the great master teacher. We just gonna stand on his shoulders, stand on strong shoulders, and we're gonna continue to build, because it's based off of hearing him talk, based off of us looking it up. We get better answers based off of better tools. So everybody will play you and think that you got to continue to say the same damn thing that the great master teacher said over and over. That's a bunch of nonsense. That don't even make no damn sense. But that's the game they play with your brain, and this thing we trying to learn our history. They play y'all. It's crazy, man. Like, that's not respecting him repeating stuff that he might not got right, or repeating things and taking advantage of a man that can't speak for himself. So you tell us what he meant by African. The man can read. He know what the hell a North African is. He know what a West African is. Come on, man.
The Arabs came later. And the fighting between the Arabs and the Moors, because they was always fighting each other.
So they came later, huh? So the Arabs came later. Y'all hear what he's saying? He's saying that the Moors went to Spain, then the then the Arabs came later. So he plays a real convenient trick on you. And as I read, you're going to see the convenient trick he plays on you. That's like saying the grunts. Y'all know what the grunts is. It's like the Marine Corps. You got different parts of the Marine Corps. So I was in the Marine Corps, and I was communications. I was a wireman. I used to put together, telephone poles, all that shit, to hook up the systems, artillery unit, hook them together so they can communicate back and forth, right? But the grunts, the forward observers, they go first. They observe, and they call out the the windage and stuff so the cannons can shoot. They go there first. The grunts, they go first. So that's like saying, yeah, the grunts went first, but you forget that the grunts actually are in the damn Marine Corps. And did the goddamn Marine Corps, they get their money from the United States government. You forget all that and just say, yeah, the grunts was there first. And leave out all that material. See, that's being disingenuous, ladies and gentlemen. And we're getting accuracy down. We're going to really understand the Moors and the role they played and what a Moor is and what it ain't.
Like I say, General Thomas ran the Arabs clean back crossover in Saudi Arabia. So when
can I say something real quick?
No, you cannot. Not right this minute. We right in the middle of it. I don't want you to mess it up. I don't trust you. I don't trust you.
In the Saudi Arabia because they was trying to tax them. People don't know the Moors dealt with Sufism, family. They wasn't dealing with Orthodox Islam. You know, Orthodox Islam was established along the Egyptian area in East Africa, but Sufism is what pretty much dominates till this day West Africa and all of Africa. It's mostly,
I don't know where you got that from.
Sufism that dominates Africa today.
Just talk.
So we had the teacher.
Can you play that back?
Listen,
can you play that back?
Listen, can you let me finish, brother?
No, I was asking, can you play that back before you get off the radio? Before you get off the video?
I can do that. I can do that before I go off. You know.
Yeah, because you said something that the brother didn't say. I just want to make sure we.
Well, that's in the same lecture. You want me to play him saying?
Oh, okay. So he didn't say that. No, I'm talking about it was only the Africans went to Spain. Yeah,
well, no, I didn't say. He said it was a purely African invasion into Spain.
You got a bad echo.
I'll mute out then.
No, I'm saying the video got an echo.
What video? The one when I play the video?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna play the video. Oh, right now when you hear it?
No, while you were playing it, it was echoing.
Reggie, do you hear echo?
Yeah, I heard the echo. That's why I muted out to make sure it was not me, but it's still hearable. It's still hearable. I mean, God, I know y'all got these fancy headphones and you don't. You forgot what it was like 20, 30 years ago and stuff like that. But we can still hear it. We can actually still hear it. So I understand that. That's why I muted out. So to make sure it wasn't me that was causing the problems. So maybe Gideon's muted out. Maybe you should mute out and let it play. And we'll see if the echo's still there. But it might have been when we were actually doing that, somebody had their mic open and that was the problem. So we can't change that. But but watch this. If you was on a federal wiretap and there was some noise, I bet you still get indicted. Right? So sorry, it's not bars.
Let me see.
Hey,
all right.
Oh, Renee R. Reggie pseudo rambling.
Don't worry about it, Reggie. Don't feed. It's the chat. Stay out the peanut gallery. Yo, don't do it. Don't do it, Reggie.
I don't want to do it.
I wanted to say something about the Berbers, though.
I don't want to do it.
He
Peace, Sister Renee.
about African.
You said what?
No, I was saying I wanted to say something about the Berbers when he brought up a thing about African, because the interesting thing is the Berbers are actually the original Africans, because they were known as the Afri tribe, and they come from the Carthage region, and that's where the term African was first used. So one could make the argument that the Berbers are actually the real, original, authentic Africans.
I don't know why you would do that. You doing the same thing. Why you? Come on, man. You hear how you just slam that? Why you do like? Do you know who you talking to right now, yo? Do you really understand? I don't get it, Reggie. Why they keep playing with me like this?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Why don't you say it this way? That the first people that the Roman Empire applied the name Africa to was the Berbers. That's how you say that. That way we clear. But when you say the original, stop. Come on, yo. You playing. Come on, yo. You got to stop. You just have to. Yeah, you can't do it. Our people are vulnerable. Stop trying to take advantage of them. Let me keep going. Here we go.
In that particular lecture, he said that.
Yeah, but they use Arab money though.
Say that again.
Yeah, you left out a whole piece. The Arabs financed it.
No,
that was
no,
part
no,
of their conquest.
brother. What he's saying in this whole letter.
I know. I'm saying now you're right.
Listen,
I'm trying to tell you that you're talking about Tariq and them. They was Berbers, right? Okay, and then financing came from the Arabs. How do we know? Because as soon as he went, hold on, they was in contact with each other. As soon as they made it over there, like, damn, you did it easy. They immediately went there and replaced them. So how could they have the power to replace them?
No, sir. What was
okay, I just made my point.
Check me out, good brother. No, what was going on? The Arab was trying to put taxes on them brothers, and they fought them back.
Nah. Hear that? Do y'all hear what he said? Now he's done at this point, but I'm letting him keep going.
I can show this to you, you know what I mean, from sources of other people speaking on this history. But my thing is this right here. The invasion into Spain was a purely Moorish invasion, according to Dr. Clark in this lecture. And he said the Arabs came later, and the fighting between the Moors and the Arabs, that's what he's saying, that the foothold was gained by the Europeans because they were busy fighting each other. And he said that's why he don't forgive, you know, both of the religions, you know, when you deal with Christianity and Islam, because they allowed themselves to be overthrown. But he would choose Islam if he had to choose between them both. So his whole lecture is talking about how Bilal, you know, the Ethiopian and all of them were the ones that helped facilitate Islam. This is not often talked about. So he's given the African history. He said if Islam is to be great in this time, it will be done through the African people. Not the Arabs. He said the Arabs.
What African nation financed them going to? It takes money to have swords and food. I'm just asking, bro. I'm not trying to fight you.
The money of the Moors came through Mansa Musa, bro. He was richer than the richest person in the world.
I want to play that back again. The money from the now, y'all heard the question I asked him. Maybe he misspoke. Hold on, they was in contact with each other. As soon as they made it over there, like, damn, you did it that easy. They immediately went there and replaced them. So how could they have the power to replace them? Okay, I just made my point.
Check me out, good brother. No, what was going on? The Arabs was trying to put taxes on them brothers, and they fought them back.
How they had the power to tax them?
I can show this to you, you know what I mean?
They was in charge
of other people speaking on this history. But my thing is this right here. The invasion into Spain was a purely Moorish invasion, according to Dr. Clark in this lecture. And he said the Arabs came later, and the fighting between the Moors and the Arabs, that's what he's saying, that the foothold was gained by the Europeans because they were busy fighting each other. And he said that's why he don't forgive, you know, both of the religions, you know, when you deal with Christianity and Islam, because they allowed themselves to be overthrown. But he would choose Islam if he had to choose between them both. So his whole lecture is talking about how Bilal, you know, the Ethiopian and all of them were the ones that helped facilitate Islam. This is not often talked about. So he's given the African history. He said if Islam is to be great in this time, it will be done through the African people. Not the Arabs. He said the Arabs.
What African nation financed them going to? It takes money to have swords and food. I'm just asking, bro. I'm not trying to fight you.
The money of the Moors came through Mansa Musa, bro.
The money of the Moors came through Mansa Musa. Okay.
He was richer than the
You just made that up.
This is the most richest person that ever had money, even richer than most of the other people. So that's where a lot of their money came from.
So wait, I just want to hear you. I want you on record. So you're saying Mansa Musa financed the Moors going to Spain?
I'm saying that didn't have nothing to do with financing them to go to Spain. That's what they had them. He's the richest man in the world.
What the hell was that just now? Was that like a bait and switch?
No, you set that boy up. You got that boy all messed up with chronology. That boy is talking about, he's confused about the Umayyads and the Berber period in 650, right? And he goes, watch this, he goes 400-500 years later to Mansa Musa.
Lord.
Mansa Musa, watch this. Did he into a wormhole?
Yeah, watch this. He switched out. But I want to show you how flawless he is with the switch out real quick. Nah. So now he back away from it, but he don't back all the way out. He back up so he can throw something else at you.
He backed up so he could dive off head first.
Yep, watch this.
Richest person in the world. This is the most richest person that ever had money, even richer than most of the other people. So that's where a lot of their money came from.
Wait, I just want to hear you. I want you on record. So you're saying Mansa Musa financed the Moors going to Spain. All right, man.
I'm saying that didn't have nothing to do with financing them to go to Spain. That's what they had them to do. He's the richest man in the world. So they didn't need no finances from the Arabs.
No, I'm talking about the Moors.
Yeah, but
who paid for their shoes? Who paid for their swords? Who continued? Listen, come on, bro. You got it. When we talking army, I love army war. It's called infrastructure.
Listen, did I cut in your bill when you?
It's called logistics, ladies and gentlemen. Infrastructure.
Hey, the echo is terrible. You gotta.
Reggie, is you hearing that echo like that?
I'm hearing the echo, but there's nothing that we could do about it.
Why I'm trying to figure why is it
about it? I don't understand.
There is something. You go in settings and then you go to audio.
Did all that.
You go to echo cancellation.
I did all that.
Yeah, but it's on the original video. How you gonna
I did that,
you doing the same thing he doing? You going into the future to go to wormhole in the past. This video is in the past. He's playing it as it came out. So I realized that there was some echo when it was originally happening, right? But now that's part of the original record. But you got what he said. You got what Ankh said. Ankh asked him, how was the Umayyads financed? He goes to Mansa Musa. He the richest man in the world. These are two different periods with two different groups.
Yeah, we're not going to just say it. We're going to show it, though. Go ahead. Let me get this real quick, Reggie. Keep talking.
All right. So here's the problem. We do this work with chronology. And if you watch the video when I played it, right, it was all chronology. So we know the period of Mansa Musa. Mansa Musa is actually after the period of Sundiata Kite, right? And Kante dispute, which was originally what we were talking about when we talked about Timbuktu. He, as a sympathizer to Moors and Arabs and stuff like that, he engages in Ankh in a horrible conversation about the financing. Ankh is talking about the period 640, 650. He's talking about another period 400 or 500 years later, right? What he's trying to do is cover up the fact that Arab Islam connected with the North African populations that was there and connected up with the African populations to create a term that we have used to call Moor, even though it was the Umayyad expansion. They go into Al-Andalus, which is Spain. They sojourn there for a while. They come in under invitation. We don't have a term. The term that is used is to call them Moors.
All
that
right.
is the term.
Let me see. I've been did the echo thing, but we're gonna fight through it. I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah,
but you
have
a conversation though.
Listen, bro, did I cut into your bill when you were talking, or did I let you go? Because see, that's what happened between us. Y'all speaking, commission go to speaking, you cut into it.
Commission, just go ahead, man. Commission, go ahead, bro. Hey, Reggie, was that better?
Yeah, it's better now.
All right. Let me cut down my thing. Hold on.
Get everybody like y'all are. So I'm trying to show you this. So my thing is this. My whole point is emphasizing that, again, the Arabs were two different groups. They were dealing with the Umayyad Caliphate.
But you have a conversation though.
Listen, bro, did I cut into your bill when you,
who paid for their shoes? Who paid for their
Bro,
swords?
bro.
Who continued?
Bro, listen.
Come on, bro. You got it.
Listen,
When we talking army, I love army
listen,
and war, bro.
Listen,
And it's
you
called
listen.
infrastructure.
Listen, did I cut in your bill when you was talking?
Yeah, but you
the whole while
It don't matter. This is my show. See, Commission got a
That's
problem.
what happened between us.
I didn't invite him on. He invited himself on.
Commission, just go ahead, man. Commission, go ahead, brother.
Get it?
Okay, so that's another trick. The pseudos try to come in and they immediately break out a PowerPoint on you. They come prepared to fake you out, and they take over and dominate with misinformation. Now, ain't nobody mad if you giving the right information, you might get rocked, but he wants to take over completely and give you bad information. So we heard what he said, right? And we've heard this for years that the Moors went to Spain. Yeah, they did, but we never really got the clarity. We never looked at. We never ever really figured it out. We didn't follow the money, so they was able to trick us. So now we follow the money. So we want to do something that's very, very simple right here. We're going to figure out time periods. This is what they do in anthropology. All right. This is what they do in studying history. Right. So if you're talking about the Muslims' conquest of Spain, you got to know about the Visigoths. Now, John Henry Clark told us to study European history. Most of us haven't. So I know about Rhetoric. I talked about Rhetoric. Right. All right. I talked about the Visigoths. You hear me talk about that all the time if you've been watching me for years. And so when you come here to the Muslims' conquest of Spain, we want to find a date here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's from 710 to 780. Now that's clear in our head. We don't got to go no farther because chronology will always get them. People that's howling and screaming, they Native Americans, the chronology will kill them. That's why they always have thoughts going everywhere. They never want to get trapped in the chronology. Never. This is how it's done at the highest level. See right there, that tab that says chronology. See? We use chronology. What's the time periods? What's the aftermath and sequences, right? These things are important, but it's not important to this community because they say anything. So we had 710 and 780, and we heard them. This is when they went to Spain. Look, the Strait of Gibraltar. Y'all know what that says. During the Caliph of the 6th Umayyad Caliph, Al-Walid the first, 705-715, Tariq, here you go, Tariq departed from North Africa. He didn't depart from West Africa. He departed from North Africa in early 711, look, across the Strait of Gibraltar, which were so named for Tariq's feats. And he goes where? To the Visigoths. If you know anything about the Visigoths, you know that the king had died and Ruddock takes over, and there's a fight between who should actually get, the actual who should become king.
Who should
and
be
they say
ruler,
they usurped it. They say that Ruddock usurped the king, the king that really probably should have been there. Right. And that particular king actually went and got aid and let them know what was going on. And the Berbers came in. Kind of snitched. I ain't gonna say he snitched. He did what he was supposed to. Look, let me get him out of there. But is at the highest level. And look, I know how to get him. That's the basic story right there. So we got 710, right? Y'all should read this, right? 710, and then we come right here to this period right here. All right. We come to Mansa Musa now. What's Mansa Musa? Man, look at this. Look at the time period. Now he get a chance to say, I ain't mean it. But he took it back, but he still said the money was it is 1,100. Look at that. 1,310, y'all. You know how long it is? The Moors kicked out of Spain by then. Like, what are we talking about? Why are they allowed to do this to us? I do not know. Okay, look. This is what Reggie was talking about. Musa is known for his wealth, and generosity. Generous person, huh? He has been subject to popular claims that he is the wealthiest person in history, but the extent of his actual wealth is not known with any certainty. It says his riches came from mining significant gold. Remember, I told you how the Africans, we was dealing with gold, not crystals, but y'all don't listen. And salt deposits. Salt is like gold in the ancient world, in case y'all don't study ancient history. In the Mali Empire, along with slaves and ivory trade. So he got his money off of slave trade, slaves, and ivory trade, and gold. You don't see no crystals here. Okay, at the time of Mansa's ascension to the throne, Mali, in large part, consisted of territory of the former Ghanaian Empire, which Mali had conquered. That means they was killing each other. They was having a war, ladies and gentlemen. Stop saying we wasn't getting it in, because we was getting it in.
Like we was all goody together.
Can I add something before I was trying to add before you got to Mansa Musa? If you read Ankh's source that he put on, they were still the Umayyads. They was under the Umayyad Caliphate. They weren't Sufi. They weren't any of that. They were straight Caliphate Muslims until they get into Spain. After Spain, there are some problems with the Umayyads and the Abbasids. They struggle in Spain for their caliphates, and then they both get kicked out, and then they go into North Africa. So that point is important, that Ankh was trying to tell him it was Umayyad money as they was making it across North Africa, robbing the people. The other thing is, I hate to say it, and I know y'all going to disagree with me, Berber is a term that doesn't actually describe the different populations. All populations are absorbed under this term of Amazighi and Berber, right? But we know that there are groups, in this period. We know that there were the Numidians, right? The groups called the Numidians, which were nomads, which is another group that hides other ethnic groups. So we also know about the Malici. There's two groups there. The Malici group, and there's another one, and they are on the sides. They're around Carthage, and there was another population called Afri. All of those groups are generalized into Berber groups, right? Watch this: Berber groups and Numidian groups, but they also hide the indigenous African populations that were migratory to those areas. So they seem like they're just North Africans that are, how can I say, and listen, just say it's a mixed group, but we don't have a whole lot of evidence, but we know that there are migratory.
We got it at the British, we got it at the Brooklyn Museum, yo.
Yeah.
That
but
you
that's
get,
the earlier period.
Sub-Saharan Africans that migrate all the way, range all the way up the north. Anyway, let me just keep going.
Right.
All right. This is important right here. At the time of Mansa's ascension to the throne, Mali, in large part, consisted of territory of Ghana. We talked about that empire, so he took it. They was fighting like they supposed to. That's what humans do. They take territory. Okay, the Ghanaian empire, you know what I'm saying, ain't thinking they the Mali empire. They ain't caring about that. They getting it in at the highest level, which Mali had conquered. Conquered. You know what the word conquered is, right? They came as conquerors. See? We give you an accurate depiction of what your ancestors was doing. We wasn't the little weak ones. We got it in like all human beings got it in. How you think they got so damn rich? Resources, ladies and gentlemen. The empire, the Mali empire, consisted of land that is now part of the Guineas. Am I saying it right? Guinea, Senegal, Mauritania, and Gambia. Okay, and the modern state of Mali. This is the part that's wild to me. This what got him in trouble, ladies and gentlemen. The real history. Musa went to Hajj. So he running around, he going to Hajj to Mecca in 1324, traveling with an enormous entourage. Yo, he showboating. You know, like when you go to the club and you see the dudes pull up, it'd be like 5 of them. They got Benzes, they got Lexus, they got the coupe, the Rolls Royces. Yo, they doing their thing, right? An enormous entourage and a vast supply of gold. He also had slaves in that entourage. Look it up.
Shout out to the African Islam. Shout out to them slaves. And they was only able to get there after they beat another king of a West African empire, right? And that trade route opened up to them so that they could take the shortcut and enslave those people that was there too, right? We got some problems. Anyway, go ahead. Oh, sorry.
En route, he spent time in Cairo where this what got him. See, like, I remember hustling and you wouldn't know I was hustling. But the younger brothers that worked for me, they got lavish. And when they got lavish, we in the hood and they got black coupe, white coupe, burgundy coupe, Lexus, where everybody is mainly broke. They standing out like a damn sore thumb. What the hell is going on? If y'all don't take them goddamn cars back, y'all tripping. But it was too late, ladies and gentlemen. They stood out like a sore thumb and the fucking gig was up. But let me keep going. Because he did the same thing, where his lavish gift giving is said to have noticeably affected the value of gold in Egypt. Look, do you know how much gold you gotta have, yo, to affect the price of gold? Meaning the shit dropped, meaning it didn't have the same value because he brought so much of the shit there that the shit they had, it wasn't even worth the same thing it was. Now everybody got it. Look, this the part that got and garnished the attention of the wider Muslim world. Now you're in trouble. Because them champs right there, because they champs at the time. Now they know.
Thank you, nigga. Thank you, nigga. Thank you, nigga.
Oh, really?
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, like the feds do, like the police do. Oh, y'all got coupes? Wow, we didn't know. Oh, thank you. Oh, and the investigation starts. And they start their damn investigation on them. It's important to actually understand, man, what's really going on here. We got to stop playing. We playing with our story, and we're not willing to learn enough. We want to fight and act like we something we not. Remember I talk about that? Like, stop act like something you not, man. Stop doing that. That's not legitimate for you.
But he got the thing. I don't know if people understand. He got the money, right? He got it from slaving. The money that he had, the gold, had no value to him, right? He had Africans in the mines getting that gold. He's a slaver, and he wants to take that out to
Reggie,
Cairo.
There was a lot of African nations that had slaves, bro. And that's another broader conversation. That's a broader conversation, Reggie. And there's different forms of slave, and it's complex. So I ain't gonna die.
It's
but
not
this book,
the same, and they're not taking them out of Africa.
Reggie, let me keep reading. Look, you got a chance.
Okay, I
get your point, Reggie. You're gonna say if you don't take a slave out of Africa, it's okay. Come on, man. We ain't gonna cut. No,
I don't do that to you when we on different shows. I don't do that. But this your show. Go ahead, Bobby Bennett.
No, you got it. At this point, no. The point I'm trying to make here that at this point we've risen to the level to realize that any form of slavery is wild. That's just where humans have moved to. So I will admit that back then, there are definitely different types of slavery. There's no doubt about that. It just is. And I would suggest, don't just blanket this shit. So I'm not blanketing it. I study hard. So there's different types and forms of slavery. So that's no doubt. Now, however you want to look at Musa and the way he was doing it, I don't know. That's probably a good show. Was his slavery any different from the King Alfonso? Who, you know what I'm saying? And them and the Zing and all that. Like, what?
Well,
this is why we're having this
happened-
conversation, Reggie.
This is happening earlier. So this is the major point where a particular African group is exploiting their mineral resources in such a fashion that it's going to upset the gold supply, right, throughout the whole world. And he's going to bring attention to that. And that's going to cause some later friction, right? The issue is that it already happened. So anybody who's saying that I'm banging on Mansa Musa,
man, don't listen to that. Let's keep the pace moving fast, though. Don't listen to that. It says the in God's path, the Arab conquests, the creation of an Islamic empire. Get the book. It's a great book. I got it in the library. Oxford University Press. Don't get scared of the word Oxford. Knock it off. Important read. All right. So when we come here, hold on. Man, how I get out of that? All right, let's come back to here and let's look at. We talk about the empire. I talked about this the other day on Reggie's show. Right? We talk about here. That's the Strait of Gibraltar right there. Look. Okay? Right there over there. That's the Strait of Gibraltar right there. And learn damn geography, first of all. That's important because people will lie to you. They'll tell you Egypt ain't Northeast Africa. They'll say it's North Africa, and this is clearly North Africa, but Egypt is located in Northeast Africa. There's a difference there. There's different things occurring in Northeast Africa. Anyway, so learn your geography. Learn the Moors going to Spain, what it was. Ask how the hell, who paid what. But this is all during the expansion, right, of Umayyad Empire. And we got a detail right here in this key. This is why we're using this key to give you the dates and the times, right? Here you go. You look at the Umayyad Empire. It's all in green, ladies and gentlemen. This is the money. This is the bread. Don't let them lie to you. Ain't no getting around this. It ain't even up for discussion. We at a certain point, you just got to knock it off because it ain't worth it. Because I'm not going to let you out the stranglehold. Just say you made a mistake. Say, well, damn, I learned something. That's fine. And we can keep moving on. But nope, they're not going to let it go. They're going to fake you out. They're going to mix and match shit. This is what they do. So now y'all know why I stay fighting. I stay fighting because they keep cheating. So Muslim, Persian, let me come right here, right? Learn something about the Visigoths. That's the Germanic tribe. Learn something about the Franks. All right? The Franks. It's important. Got to learn European history, put the things they gotta line up. Learn about the Levant. Right? So we come here. Okay, I want to get right here to it. Mesopotamia. The conquest of Mesopotamia, of course, because they made their capital Iraq, which is in Mesopotamia. And this is where the stations of learning were stationed. The House of Wisdom, we talked about that. So you move up here to the expansion. It says, hold on, I want to get right here. All right, we'll get right here. Hispania. All right, Septimia. There's the date again. Nowhere near Mansa time. The Visigoth king of Spain, Witzia, died. All right. The kingdom experienced a period of political division. The Visigoth nobility was divided between the followers of Witzia, am I saying right? Witzia, and the new king Ruddock. Remember I talked about Ruddock? Okay. Now, Aquila, Witzia's son, had fled to Morocco. I'm giving you the reason why they ended their ass up in Spain now. Why the Moors ended up there. had fled to Morocco after losing succession struggle, and the Muslim tradition states that he asked the Muslims to invade Spain. They never tell you. They never explain that to you. Now, I heard great lectures by John Henry Clark. He kind of talks about that, but nobody puts the pieces together. So I'm showing you this, right? So Aquila, right? He flees to Morocco after losing succession from Ruddock. All right? Go to Morocco. Now, who the hell is in Morocco? Right? It says, and Muslim tradition states, right? Tradition. They deal with tradition. They ain't no damn Sufis. See how he just said that off the top of his tongue? Nope, you tripping. Right? That he asked the Muslims to invade Spain. Starting in the summer of 710, the Muslim forces in Morocco had launched several successive raids into Spain. Several, right? Which demonstrated the weakness of the Visigoth states. It says, taking advantage of the situation, the Muslim Berber commander Tariq, who was stationed at what? Tangiers at the time, crossed the strait with an army of Arabs and Berbers. Do y'all see that? So I don't know what people be talking about. Here's your source for this. Holland, 2014, page 146, 147. Most of the invasion force of about 15,000 were Berbers, with the Arabs serving as elite force. We left that part out completely. We never heard that. We just thought it was a bunch of black Africans running in there by themselves. Well, that's not what history says, and you can get the source and read it. Nicole, 2009, page 71. Zaid landed in the Rock of Gibraltar on April 29th, right? That's when they put them tariffs there, right? April 29th, you have to pay that tariff to cross that strait, right? 711, after defeating the forces of Ruddock, King Ruddock, read the annals of King Ruddock, at the river of Gudelet on the 19th of July, 711, the Muslim forces advanced, capturing cities of the Gothic Empire, read the Goths, the Goths, the Gothic Empire, one after another. The capital of Toledo surrendered peacefully. Some of the cities surrendered with agreements to pay tribute. And local aristocrats retained a measure of former influence. The Spanish Jewish communities, see, you got Spanish Jewish communities, welcome the Muslims as liberators from the oppression of the Catholic Visigoths kings. See, now y'all getting the story with sources. The Berber, who is Tariq, he's a Berber commander who served in Umayyad Caliph, initiated the Muslim Umayyad conquest of Visigoth Hispanio. There you go, Hispana. Present-day Spain, Portugal. There you go. He led an army across the Strait of Gibraltar once again from North African coast, consolidating his troops at what is today the Rock of Gibraltar. There you go. I don't know where they getting this shit from. They be saying, they just be saying it. I don't know what they doing. Yeah, Reggie, you want to add something to that, Reggie?
Where Reggie go? Reggie ran out of the panel.
Right, did. He wanted to slow us down. It's all good. You want to add something to that, brother?
No, you were right on point, brother. You were right on point with it.
So we got that out the way.
It's called
right?
conflation, man. They like to do that.
Yeah, I see you smash. It don't matter if he was a darker Berber. That's not the issue. The issue is that the thing was financed by the Arabs. That's the thing. That's the money. It wasn't Musa. That's the point. You get tricked me with the skin color. I ain't doing it. But I will say, don't matter what he looked like. We know what that money looked like. That money looked green. That green bread, that money, right? So we officially got that topic out the way. All right. I suggest you get the books I showed on the screen. I think that's important to further your reading. Don't take my word for it. Take your time. But the way we was taught, the Moors just ran over to Spain with all the books and built the libraries. And the black man, yeah, that's not real. That's not legitimate. That this is during the time periods of the Arab conquest. And I'm just trying to figure out, why did they outright lie to us like that? That I don't understand. That's the part that always confuses me. Like, I just don't get that. And I think they just do it on purpose. All right? They do. But in closing, I'd like to talk about the Columbian Exchange. And we'll get more in detail with some scholarly sources, because we want to start here to kind of frame it for you. What the hell is a Columbian Exchange? So, an actuality is what? Was the widespread transfer of plants, animals, precious metals, and commodities, culture, right, and human population, technologies. Watch this. This key right here. Diseases and ideas between the New World, the Americas, and the Western Hemisphere, and the Old World, Afro-Asia, in the Eastern Hemisphere. In the late 15th and the following centuries. See, this is important. This where all the Fakians die at. It is named after Italian explorer Columbus and is related to the European colonization, right? Colonization, the age of discovery. Large-scale colonization of Americas involving a number of European empires took place between about 1492 and the 1800s. Although the Norse had explored and colonized areas of North Atlantic, colonizing Greenland. They must have left out the Africans' colonization of America. Somebody left that out, didn't they? Y'all would definitely say that. So this is important. Watch this. It said European colonization and global trade, i.e. the slave trade. Let's not leave that out. It's a following 1492 voyage. Some of the exchanges were purposeful, right? Some were accidental and unattended. Look, this is the part that I keep trying to tell you about. Communicable diseases of the Old World origin resulted in, look, 80 to 95% of the reduction in the number of indigenous people in the Americas from the 15th century onward, most severely in the Caribbean.
Because the Caribs died out fast.
Cultures of both hemispheres were significantly impacted by the migration of people, both free and enslaved, from the Old World to the New World. European colonists and African slaves, look, replaced the population across the Americas, look, to varying degrees. Well, there you have it. The number of Africans taken to the New World was far greater than the number of the Europeans moving to the New World in the first 3 centuries after Columbus. Now, that's interesting right there, and that's where we stand at right there. Hold up. Wait a minute. 80 to 90% reduction in the number of indigenous populations in America. That's a lot of damn people died because of communicable diseases, ladies and gentlemen. What great war? It was the war against the obligate interstellar pathogens that really decimated the Native American population. It was those Europeans and those African slaves, where the numbers of African slaves taken to the New World was far greater than the Europeans. Why y'all playing? Right here, this chart with different things that was trying, the maize, tomatoes, vanillas, and all that, the rubber tree and all that.
That's
New
right.
World, left. It
They
said
keep
clockwise from top to left. Then you got the old world native plants clockwise, and you got all that right there. Wheat, rice, coffee, onions, mango, bananas, apples, and all that. All right. And I give you this easy work right here because I'm tired of the black ends. I'm tired of the fake Indians. I'm tired of that. Of course, it was a lot of black people here. Knock it off. Y'all can't get past those communicable diseases. And for everybody that's anti-virology, you're nuts because that was the real war. Those communicable diseases that wiped out 80. So if you wipe out 80 and 90% of the damn population, the rest of that shit is all downhill. And by the way, they introduced the horse to the Americas too. By the way, just for the sidebar. Man. Kill two birds with one stone. Y'all got to explain that. Explain how 80 to 90% of the population in America got wiped out and it happened from communicable damn diseases. And we talk about how the immune system of the new world population was different than the immune system of the old world populations. What's the difference? The difference is that the old world, right, that consisted of Europeans and Africans, right, was used to smallpox. They had the immune system already had the cold. Based off of coming in contact with certain diseases. That's why the African wasn't wiped out, because they already had immunity to a lot of stuff. They might have died, but they had immunity to a lot of stuff. That don't mean you're going to die because you got immunity. That means that you already got the cold. Now, the New World population didn't have the cold, and so they had to freshly get beat up and decimated, because their immune system over time, after about 17,000 years, was not coming in contact with the old world diseases. So they ran across these diseases as human beings mutated and transformed and got to the Americas. By the time they run back into the daggone old world population, they don't have the code. What is the vaccine? The vaccine gives your immune system the code. But yet they tell you to eat some rice and some greens. Native Americans didn't have no industrial poisons in their lands. Native Americans had shrimp, crabs, turkey, bear, deer, venison, squirrels, raccoons, lobsters, clams, all kind of fish, trout, lake trout, bay trout, food diving out the damn wood. Man, look, man, it was a feast over here. Thanksgiving, remember? So why wasn't they able to defeat the communicable diseases? They had the herbs, they had the witch doctors, they had their natural thing going, and they was fine. Right up until they ran into some pathogens that their immune system wasn't ready for, then they wasn't. Wow. But, y'all can keep diving out the window, you're going to get beat up. Shout out to Smash Rockwells, man. Smash, wow. Man, go over there and like and subscribe to him, man. Anybody feel lucky, man, hit that link, man. Shout out to the Pseudo Killers, man. Bobby Banger Show, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Appreciating everybody who was in there tonight, man. So, yeah, we might shake a little, ruffle a little feathers, right? But if we're going to talk about the Moors, man, we got to talk about the real history of the Moors, man. We're not going to sit back here and bring us back into another cult. We ain't going to do that, man. Let's talk about the Moors, man. Let's talk about the West African role in the slave armies. I'm going to do a whole show on the slave armies. We're going to start picking the whole thing apart, right? We're going to bring scholarly work. We already got it. We're going to talk about We're gonna talk about how the West Africans couldn't bring their ass outside when they was over there in Spain. That's something y'all don't know about. I'm gonna use one of y'all favorite books, Stanley Poole, When the Moors Ruled Spain. Talked about how the Africans, the sub-Saharan Africans, they called them, couldn't come outside without the guard. Wow. Think I made that up, don't you? Nope. Why they playing? They be playing. I'd rather just hear the real history, man. So I know exactly where I stand at, man. Yeah, I rap. Just give me my story, man. Our story is spectacular from start to finish. By the time y'all finish, we floated across the Sahara, ain't fighting no wars, and was super peaceful. Now, a lot of tribes was peaceful. Of course, a lot of Native American tribes was peaceful. Of course, Indo-European tribes on the steppes was peaceful. But then you got the warring tribes, the warring nations. You got the people with imperial power who wanted to be imperialists, who wanted to exact and take resources and land. You had that everywhere around the earth. That's not new. That's how we call getting it in. So to lie and act like we wasn't getting it in, we just sitting there Dalai Lama style with the legs crossed, floating, peaceful Mayatnians. It's crazy. It's not real. No, the first wars was fought in Africa, 15,000 years in the Sudan. Found the bodies, spears through the eyes, legs chopped off, fighting some of the earliest wars. Special guest. Special guest. Smash Rockwell.
Man, what's up with it?
Man, the first time you popped up, man. I'm a raw squad up. How you doing, Smash Rockwell? What's good, brother?
So I can't see, my eyes is bad, but shout out, is that Gillian? What's up, Gillian?
Yeah.
Whoever that is.
That's Gillian.
That's me.
What's up with you?
I'm good. Chilling.
Hey, I wasn't against nothing y'all was saying. I just be doing my thing in the chat, chilling while I'm laying in the bed next to my wife.
Oh,
It's
yeah, I
just
know how
all
you
late
do.
night entertainment.
Yeah,
But
I know how you do.
I do want to be cautious. If you're asking honestly or facetiously, I understand what you're saying. They taught us from Blackology, basically. But we can't throw out the baby with the bathwater. There is some type of underlying things that we should look at about the contingency, how much of the contingency of the Moors were actually what we would call Black African or what have you. And me and you have already established amongst ourselves that we don't have to trip off all that. What they won't be able to do is show the picture of a leader, a general, or a commander that went down in history that was Black. That's harder to find. But nevertheless, when they say that the Africans poured into Spain and Italy, all of that ain't necessarily fanciful. It's just some of the ways that some people pit it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they mess it up, man. They do too much. They overdo it. Yeah, they don't tell the complete story of the different contingencies that went over there. And they never tell you that the Arabs was the financiers. They don't tell that. They don't tell you Tariq was actually in the Muslim army. They don't tell you that. And that's not fair. I'd rather hear the story, man. That's all I'm saying. Like, the story itself is fantastic. They never tell us, how the books get there. Libraries, like, okay, coming from where? What was the base? What was the, you know what I mean? Like, where were they generating the knowledge at? And then we had to find it on ourselves. You know what I mean? Nobody talked about the House of Wisdom, yo. You brought that out on the Raw Squad. Nobody talked about that.
Ain't that the Arab world?
Yep, that's the Arab world.
So I agree. That wouldn't be nothing that nobody. I mean, so basically, what you're saying is a lot of those Arab contributions got mixed into the stories of the Moors and when given to us through Blackology, basically, right?
Yeah, and that's not fair. That's wild.
Yeah, that's 100% true what you're saying, but we should not use that to minimalize the real accomplishments that some Black Africans actually did make in those endeavors. And that's all I was saying.
And that's real. Yep. We ain't gonna do that. Right? We would never do that. We're not because then that's the same damn thing. Yeah, it's the same thing. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna take away from that. Nope.
So let's think about it, and you're 100% right. We've investigated it since we was dealing with Lord Abba. Shout out to Lord Abba. I wrote a whole articles about Moors and Kemet, but it caused me to catch up on Moorish history while we was doing our thing. So we see eye to eye on that. But when you when they look at it from the Spanish perspective.
Go ahead, we can hear you. Keep talking.
When we look at it from the Spanish perspective, you start to see a little bit stuff contradicting what we're saying. But you got somebody to introduce?
No. I just play the music that everybody know. He come and jam it in. We like to do shit a little different. Keep going though. You good. You still on the mic.
So basically, this is what I mean. When you look at this from the Spanish perspective, blackness is often reflected when they talk about a Moor. And that's something we have to think about it, because we talk about this fight from two perspectives. From the African perspective, whether that was African Arab or Black African, and from the people they was fighting, which was Christians or Spaniards and people. Now, if you look through even in modern Spanish history, in modern Spanish folklore, they have this thing about having some Moorish blood in Spanish people. You know about that, right?
Mm-mm.
Well, we could even look it up. They got some pejorative that they use that is equated to something like you got one drop in you, like on some one drop rule stuff.
Okay.
Like if you even got one drop in you and make you black. Well, they say that in modern day Italy, or I should say Spain, about so-called Spanish people who have Moorish blood. And so when they are talking about that Moorish blood from the Spanish perspective, they be talking about black blood. You see what I'm saying? And so that's something to take into account.
They call them morenos.
Morenos. I'm gonna find this in my book. What's up, Mr. Lang? Brother La, what's up?
Peace and blessings to everybody. Man.
How you doing, brother? What's on your mind, man? Good to have you in there, man.
Likewise, I was hoping that Brother Reggie was still going to come on here, because there's a question that I needed to ask him.
He was on. He got mad.
Yeah, it seemed that way, and I know the reason why he got mad.
Why he get mad?
Anytime, and he said it himself, anytime in regards when it comes to Islam, I have to call in and I got to check him.
Oh, you checked him?
Well, why you got to do that? I probably could speak for him.
Because it seems like anything in regards, smash peace, brother.
Peace to
it
you.
seems like anytime, it becomes a real muddy water sense of thing when speaking about Islam and Africans. Like Islam was forced on all Africans across the globe in a sense, and that's not the case. More so in West Africa. Like Islam was forced on every brother and sister that was in West Africa.
Yeah, you're right. That would not be the case. That would not be true to say. But you got to think about this. Christianity wasn't forced on all black people in America. It was only forced on our elders who then passed it down to us willingly. So you could be 100% correct that it was not forced on everybody. But if it was forced, if it came in initially under what they called the sword of Islam, that's what they called it, and that's what it is pitted. That means it came in forcefully. But like you're saying, you're right. Once those first people got put down, That don't mean their children got introduced to Islam through force or any of the succeeding generations.
Yeah, La.
Just taking a look at some of the live chat and our brothers. People are funny, man.
No,
How
it
they-
did. It came in forcefully, but I would agree with you that we have Muslims that didn't see we have African, North African black Muslims that didn't see none of that force part. Because they wasn't around at that time. But if you want to go back to when Islam was being spread around the world, it wasn't being spread with Hallmark cards or nothing nice. They was coming with knives, swords, and it's particularly what we call the sword of what Islam or yeah. And so that's a part of it too.
Yeah, everybody.
Particularly, just to reiterate, I just heard a silence. I pounced on it because we're talking about North Africa and the Berbers, and particularly in this instance, right here, when dealing with North Africa and Berbers,
facts.
We got Queen. So we got General Musa,
Joe in the
who was the
building.
general who employed Tariq them, and then we got Queen Kahina. Now, General Musa, they beat the hell out of Queen Kahina and all her people and scorched the earth, burnt all the land. This is this is when these people got introduced to Islam. They were supposedly Jewish, these Berbers, because you got to understand that the Byzantine Empire took over North Africa before the Arabs. So I ain't trying to filibuster, but I'm just trying to add a little bit of credence to what we know as the sword of Islam being a real thing at one time period.
I mean, we don't got it. That should not be the largest slave trade in the history of the earth is the Islamic slave trade. That shit went on for 800 years prior to the Europeans. So I don't know what to do with that.
Yeah, that's
I don't
what I'm
think
saying.
Brother Law disagree with that. It's
Yeah,
800 years.
How you do that nice, Brother Law? How you pull off the biggest slave trade ever without the sword, without violence?
Yeah, come on, man. Law ain't gonna fight that.
Can we just be honest? All this shit was violent. Can it? Everything, like, let's not even romanticize
Exactly.
nothing.
I'm glad you said that, brother. I just want to be transparent. If we're gonna be transparent, let's be transparent.
I'm not the one. I don't be romanticizing. People don't ask me to write bad questions. And so, I mean, but if they want to know, I'm going to tell it like it is. We always, men right now, we make mistakes. Men made mistakes 100,000 years ago and everything else.
I just don't like the fact that Islam is ostracized.
What you mean?
Meaning that Islam is always characterized as always being Arab and slave traders.
My brother, I'm going to speak to you wholesomely that I'm one of the people who make that characterization, but I don't make the characterization. That's why I see a lot of both sides when I argue. I'm not a diplomat naturally, but I can see why you would hold that contention. But I don't think it is at a wealth of the knowledge of the history of Islam, because it would be harder for you to hold that contention, and you would be able to see more freely and more easily our side of things, because in fact, Arabization that is a real thing. So let's think about it. Let's talk about when Muhammad, for not saying the proper venerations, however they do it. Supposedly when he came about 630 something or whatever, do we understand the nature of what was going on in Saudi Arabia about that time? And then when they finally, and then after he was gone, and then they embarked across North Africa to spread Islam, do we really know the nature of what was going on at the time periods?
No, we don't.
So basically, everything that Brother Ankh has been talking about and reading about, if you think about it, is right at that same time period we talking about. He just was talking about Tariq the Moor and them, and that's 711 AD. But if Muhammad is 630 and then they got like 50, 60 years into this is generally in history all about the same time. And so so much so to where a result really, as we really talking about it, you can just look and anybody can pull it up. Her name is Queen Kahina. She's a Berber queen. She supposedly was the mother of Tarif and Tariq ibn Ziyad. These are the generals that black people latch on to and be saying, yeah, we was the black Moors, right? But if you look into what happened, it was Musa, the Arab, before they knew Islam, he damn near killed their mama and I think he killed their mama Kahina and took their kids as slaves, which is the young General Tariq we talking about. And anybody can pull this up. And so that was their introduction to Islam.
Lau died. Man, Joe, we don't know what's going on with brother Lau. Smash Rockwells. What's going on, Joe?
Yeah.
What up?
What's going on, man? I just wanted to hop on and ask a quick true or false. Like, somewhere along my travels, I heard that the running of the bulls was celebrating the expulsion of the Moors from Spain. And I don't know if that's, I just want to know if any of y'all have heard that. Is that true? You know what I mean?
I don't know. That's
What you said, the expulsion of the Moors, what?
The running of the bulls.
The running of the bulls in Spain that they do is a celebration of the expulsion of the Moors from Spain.
I don't know about that, but I wouldn't be surprised. They got a lot of things like that. I wouldn't be surprised, but I couldn't verify that. Thanks for teaching, or if that's real.
Yeah, I don't know where I heard that. That shit might be pseudo, but I know I heard it somewhere. And I figured I hop on with the pseudo killer. He might know.
Yeah, I think I might. We could look that up though. But go ahead.
Look that up, because that sounds kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I'm about to hop off from that work. I just wanted to hop on and ask that real quick.
All right, man.
All right, fam.
All right. That's interesting. Huh. Interesting right there. The anti-black, anti-phobic hidden history. Oh, man. Might be. Okay. Homeschool Spanish academia.
Brother Smash.
I'm right here.
Let me ask you a question. What would be your outlook in regards to the brother Commission, because he also is a Moor as well?
Commission, I thought he had, a good propensity to try to get to the bottom of some stuff, but just like Ankh said, I've discovered that he might be a dedicated pseudo. And that ain't really nothing, that ain't one of my terminology, but some people is dedicated to promoting and pushing forward the things that they've invested so much time in researching. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we shouldn't start out our research path with the answer already and then be trying to prove the answer by doing some research, because you invest a lot of time into it. And some of us are not willing to depart from our thesis, even though we be proven wrong. But he don't seem like an ill-spirited brother. He just seemed bullheaded and stubborn and don't want to come off when you teach him he wrong.
Because a lot of the teachings that he's been pushing forward, he's been straddling the fence of being a Sufi as well as a Moor. And I've asked him several questions in regards to, is there a definitive line in regards to being a Sunni Muslim, a Shiite Muslim, or a Sufi? I even went even further by asking him a question by it being it late at night. If we're getting up early in the morning, would you or would you not wake up in the morning for Fajr prayer the same way I wake up? And he said yes. So what are you? Are you a Moor or are you a Muslim?
So now let me ask you if it's offensive to you for me to, it just dawns upon me that you are outside of your culture, even being offended by him, which one he is. And I know that's, I don't want it to, so I'm saying that respectfully. But you see what I'm saying? It's like, is he a Sunni or well, it's like a Chinese dude asking somebody in Oakland, is they a Crip or a Blood? We gonna be like, that ain't none of your business anyway. And so I'm just saying, I know that you are in the Islamic faith, but all of the things that we are scrutinizing are things from another culture. You see what I'm saying? Is he a Sunni or is he a Shiite?
The teachings that the teaching smash that he's pushed forward already is based on hadiths, sunnah. That's all I'm speaking in regards to. You can't speak
I can't speak on that, my brother, because that's internal with some internal Islamic quarrel that I wouldn't have the propensity to even tell you anything knowledgeable about. Like, just to
and
keep it.
the reason why I asked you that smash is because I know that you are more. So I'm just trying to figure out, because my knowledge on the Moorish temple is minimal.
I'm a generic Moor, bro. I'm not like, no, I don't wear no pants.
I'm just
when brothers saying black or Moor, they was just saying it generically. Then, yeah, I'm a Moor, but I don't go to no temples or nothing like that. I don't want to mislead nobody, but I don't disown my Moorish brothers. I kind of feel there's something behind that, though.
Okay. I'm in my plane there, brother.
Oh man. So you didn't answer the question though. You disappeared for like 25 minutes. You asked a good question.
What was the question?
800 years of slavery, yo. How did they do it nicely?
There is no cleaning that up, man. I mean, it is what it is. As I said to him before, it was across the board, not just in Islam. It was other places as well.
What you mean? Explain that.
What I mean by that is there is no way of cleaning up slavery amongst Africans for that duration of time. I can't clean that. That's just history. For me to try to clean it up, I can't.
Yeah, but Islam had a different brand of slavery. They walked people across the Sahara to the saltpeter mines in Iraq. They did that. And they figured out the distance that the legs should be, how much change should be in between. They worked all that out. They wasn't doing that in traditional Africa. It's a little different. And they break their own rules. Ankh Baba talks about how you're not supposed to slave another Muslim, but they ignored them if they was black in color. Ankh Baba talks about this. Remember, he was a slave. He was very intelligent, Ankh Baba. Look him up. Ankh Baba, serious dude. So it's wild.
I'm going to reiterate again. What you're speaking about in regards to is people, not Islam. People.
Yeah. And you're right. But who else practice religion but people? And who else hear the word from God but people? See? So you saying they're not getting the message right? My point is, this has always been my contention with Islam, Judaism, and Christianity, that the text itself allows for the enslavement of other people, specifically Africans. That's always like God tell you how to do the damn slavery in the Quran. God tell you how to do the slavery in the Old and New Testament. For me, he could have told you how not to do it. That's always been my argument. That's why I just can't do that. I can't do it. Like I cannot wrap my mind around you giving rules and regulations on how to enslave and call that sacred, like that's wild to me. Like that make, yeah, you're right. That's people, but that's the point. People make up the God and make up the rules and regulations that the God say he say. That's the bottom line, brother Lau. But I ain't want to really go there with you. But I was being facetious when I was like, man, you know why God don't tell you how not to have a slave? Because it's human beings writing the text, and that's what they're going to do anyway, brother Lau. That's how their head was. That's where it was in that day.
Bro, I get what you're saying, but y'all making it seem like there was no African Muslims before the slave trade.
Huh?
All right, let's talk about them.
It was some African Muslims before the slave trade?
Yes.
Okay, talk to us. Let's speak on it. What you mean?
You saying Arab? I'm saying African slaves.
Well, the Arabs started Islam, though.
What proof of that do you have?
What you saying, bro, is kind of like, excuse me for interrupting, but it seemed kind of impossible by how my dim understanding of Islam. I know it's something in there that you can enslave somebody if they not a Muslim, correct?
We can look on the map. A map always settle the conversation.
So check this out. Just think about this. You can enslave somebody if they're not a Muslim, and it started in Saudi Arabia. That don't tell you enough right there? That the Africans was already candidates being slaves before they even knew about Islam.
Yeah.
Because it started in Saudi Arabia. Just think about it.
Guns don't kill people. People kill people.
We here, brother Lau.
No, I was just looking at this chat. Not everybody, brother Lau is pseudo. He's pseudo.
Hey, get out the chat, man. The chat, one minute I'm the pseudo king, next minute you the pseudo. It's the chat. They're having fun.
Yeah, the chat is just for talking crap, man.
Talk crazy. Smash a more in the chat. He said he was a more. We can put it back.
All that stuff in the chat.
Never
I
heard
want
that.
the video to get more activity, so the more you comment, the more it helps the video.
Yeah. Bro, Lau. So we back. Do we gotta show you a map? Where you say Islam started at?
I'm not going on a skin map with you. I see how you and Brother Reggie going at it with the skin map.
I ain't going with the skin map. I don't even know how me and Reggie is going fight. Like Reggie is wild for that, and he know it. I'm not letting him off the hook for that. Yeah, like I don't like. Come on, man. I ain't gonna read the damn thing for 15 years and misinterpret this shit. I ain't gonna. How I missed that? How I missed the skin map? Name skin population is not talking about populations. How I missed that?
So that's what y'all talking about? That's what the argument is over? Give me a headline on the argument.
The headline on the argument is Reggie is wild because it doesn't fit his little thing he got in his head about how a human being should look. So basically, he says that the skin map, which is the populations, is talking about, generally speaking, what population should look like given this much of the ultra UVA rays. That's what the map is, right? And there's other factors to it. So it don't mean it's got to be that at all. It doesn't mean that. It's just generally speaking. He knows that, right? And he says that the skin map ain't talking about people. It's talking about reflection. No, the skin map is talking about populations, right? Chaplin wrote work talking about how skin actually reflects the goddamn UVA rays. And Reggie is wild for that. It's the wildest thing for me that he would even do this. And then I recognize when it comes to biology and evolution, I just can't trust him. And he always mess up evolution somewhere along the line. He always do that. Matter of fact, Pan-African James, he agrees with Pan-African James on the whole Neanderthal thing. He said that way before Pan-African James said that about the Neanderthal. Like, come on, dog. Like, I don't got time for that. Yeah, shout out to the people who study hard. Shout out to the Amaral Squad, man. Shout out to the community of skeptics, man, and the pseudo killers, man. Like and subscribe. All right. For real. So yeah, Reggie just make me mad, man. Because he a good ally in this fight, but he always do. I mean, I don't know, man. Like I know I study hard enough to know that just because I'm looking at the damn television and they showing you all light-skinned damn Egyptians on television, that don't gotta be the whole damn population. Same way when you're looking at American TV, you don't see all goddamn going black people. You see a lot of white people on TV. That don't mean all Americans are white, not even a little goddamn bit. So I got enough, and then I got enough sense to know that for the longest time, the Egyptians and Negroes was fucking naked. What the hell y'all thought they came out wearing clothes? Stop it. Yeah, a lot of the workers and shit was naked. They was naked because that's what Africans do. You know, like Africans in the raw. And then I got enough sense to know they didn't have no AC. They didn't have no cars. They didn't have sunscreen. So I can look at the populations day to day and say that they indigenous Africans and their skin color could have changed a couple times. But what I know, I think racism has been ingrained in us so hard that when we try to fight back, we only see people who are jet black and peppercorn hair as being Africans. And that's fucking racism, because I would ask this question. I ain't got a good answer yet, Smash.
That's
Then
all
what
I
is the basic color of an what skin color is it of an African American? Can you answer that, brother Lau? What is the skin color of African Americans?
There is no definitive skin color.
Oh, Smash. What is the skin color of African Americans?
Jason Tatum messed that up right there.
How about hair? What kind of hair do African Americans have? Smash.
All kinds, all different kinds.
Brother Lau.
All different kinds, brother.
Right. In my family, yo, I got my cousin, he got the peppercorn hair. I got the, kind of straighter hair. Used to any goddamn way. It's different. So then why wouldn't the Egyptians be the same way and still be indigenous Africans? Why everybody gotta be jet black with the super big lips? That's the racism part right there. I got a big ass nose and narrow lips. How? And shouldn't I have the big nose with the big lips and the dark skin? That's why for me, man, it just make it seem like I'm just bullying people. Or I just don't get along with nobody. That's like the meta-nature Smash. When a person fuck up the meta-nature, you're not gonna let them slide. Like Commission, yo, he wild. And you know the reasons why he's wild. You know he wild for the shit he be saying on his mouth about the meta-nature. You think he the wildest person you ever seen stand up here and act like he reading and know what he talking about. I know you looking at that man saying, knock it, wow.
Ain't never once tried to read nothing. Every time somebody try to ask him to read, he start pointing out letters.
Thank you.
This a A, this a C. Imagine asking your son to read and he said, this a B, this a J. You gonna say, nigga, you can't read?
Now,
my language. Sorry about that.
Now, remember I said that to Brother Reggie.
What?
I said it to him. I said, in the conscious community, there's a lot of people that push forth saying that they speak the meta-nature, but it's only been creditable by two people thus far that I've known, which is Brother Reggie and Smash.
They can speak it. That's different. Speaking it.
Not speak it, excuse me. Read it.
Speaking nothing, yeah.
Yeah, read. Yeah,
not speak it, read it.
Yeah.
If I speak it, it's for fun. There are more people. The whole Seshu crew, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, they know.
We only argue about highly specialized information. Yeah. All the general stuff, they know all that. And so it's people who know that stuff.
Yeah, and your man ain't gonna get off nice. Commission's not gonna get off nice. Talking about the dad going, the hieratic is older than the meta. That's just stupid, man. How is the hieratic older than the meta? Didn't he try to play the game and most of the text is in hieratic? Okay, what that got to do with the meta-net? Like the meta-nature, yo, it's the signs and similar nature, like the bullhead. They don't start off in cursive, yo. That's like a transition to get to that.
Everything he say is consistent with our society. If they went through our text, they gonna find, besides when computers came out, because it print most stuff in text. But if you look through most American handwritten text is in cursive. It's hard to find somebody who wrote a letter and did it the slow way and didn't connect none of their letters. You know what I'm saying? They was doing that for a particular reason. If they was writing just in their real life, it's most normal to use cursive because it's faster.
Yeah, but
Smash.
why y'all lie?
Smash, let me ask you a question. Within the Moorish Bible,
The what?
is there any within the Moorish Bible, or is there any Arabic at all in the Moorish Bible?
I don't know nothing about no. What's a Moorish Bible?
You call the Circle 7. No, the Circle 7
The
is
Circle
it ain't
7.
nothing but the y'all know the Aquarium Gospel of Christ, Jesus the Christ, yo. It's the
Yeah,
same
you
book.
talk about Noble Drew Ali Bible?
Yeah, every time.
Yes.
Nope. They wilding
See,
out,
that's
yo.
what I'm saying. What does the word Bible mean to us, though? Like, can other people have a Bible? Really? Are they calling it a Bible? But that's kind of crazy to me.
Yeah, the whole thing is wild. We're in a wild situation at that point.
Like I said, I have minimal knowledge about it. That's why I'm inquisitive and I'm
You
trying
never
to
heard
learn.
of the Aquarium Gospel of Jesus the Christ? You ever read that?
Okay.
You heard of that, right?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, he plagiarized the whole damn thing in the Aquarium Gospel. All that is right there, yo. Come on, yo. We done been through this. Yeah, like that's why I be like, yo, do they just think we like? It's funny to me, like, you know what's wild though, Smash? You know what's wild to me, yo?
What's that?
If I didn't decide to dive out this motherfucker like Rambo, just I'm going in. If you ain't decide to listen to my crazy ass and ease up on the goddamn panel after and just dove in with me. If Hassan them, you know what I'm saying? Woo, you know what I mean? Woo was later. You know what I'm saying? Gozy, you know what I mean? Where the fuck would how deep would they be done by now? Think about that, yo. They think they hate me. You just nicer, right? Where the hell, if not having that, yo, you need a source. Now everybody trying to use sources and they dying at their source. That's a setup, ladies and gentlemen. I already knew you can't bring a credible source without dying. That's the worst thing you could have did was try to play the source game and then try to play the credible source game, and you're done with that. Like that kill you. So stop bringing the sources. But where would we be if not for us taking a damn stance, yo? Think about that, yo. I had to take I had to take an uncompromising stance. Like I could not compromise. Imagine that though, yo. Where would we be, Smash? Like, where would we be? I'm just trying to figure out, yo, the work we put in, legendary.
Yeah, we'll be somewhere in Pseudoville like everybody else. You know, I learned that from, I came from.
Hold up. New word into the lexicon, Pseudoville.
Yeah, that's what they at. Hey, but I'm saying, look, I learned from y'all and you, Asar Imhotep, Son Jetty, the brothers who was speaking early on sourcing up and how to source up right and how to vet your material and how to not have a boo-boo source. And so you couldn't even really be on the phone or in one of them Amon Ra Squad talks if you didn't have that part together. You feel me?
Hey, you done. You get smashed out, boy. Don't do it. Now they try like the Native Americans, man. We just waiting. Like they easy work. You not get see once intelligent human beings start to pick up a little bit. I don't know why people think they can study African history and not go through anthropology, yo. How you gonna do that? How you gonna say you the oldest population on Earth and not go through biology, evolution? How you not gonna use museums? How you not gonna look at primaries? How you gonna say the Medinet ain't been deciphered, but yet you know Egyptian history? How commission gonna come on here and say that the Europeans didn't decipher the heretic? Come on, man. They playing, Smash. They playing. You need to get somebody. Who you gonna beat up?
I don't know, but commission ain't worth it. I'm just keeping it a buck.
No,
His knowledge won't
he
even
ain't worth it.
stand in no type of nothing. He worse than the Sanchez of Metal Netter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he the same.
He worse though. Sanchez better though. Sanchez at least personable. I mean, gonna get some followers. He ain't getting nothing with that thing. He's spitting. Giving honors to the most. I ain't no disrespect, but all that shit played out, man. We give honors, all that shit niggas, cats was doing when they was fooling us. See, before I knew what a catechism was, I looked. I don't want to go off topic. Before I knew what a catechism was, these are the remembered things that you have to remember to be down with an organization. All of that come up out of that cultish activity because you got something you got to remember in order to recite it back to other people. So now we should listen to the people who recite catechisms and let us know that that's a red flag right there. Like,
red flag. We don't do all that, mixing it all up, trying to mix it together, the new age, the whole, like, come on, dude. Like, man, once Homo sapiens sapien, oh, new age, and some people gonna look it up. Some of your followers gonna fall off, yo. Like, top of their lungs, yo. We supporting black people, but yet you follow the new age. Like, that's crazy to me, bro. You can go right to Barnes and Nobles. They got a whole section with all this shit y'all be talking about. Now, how? And it ain't in the science section. Huh?
Really? I think I might have really just figured it out now that I think about it, bro. Think about it. It ain't one person who recites catechisms before us that's not pseudo. Like everybody who come on and say, first before I speak, let me give honors to the most, blah, 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 blah. Or anyone, when they do the Metal Netter ones, they say, oh, Sini, Sanuti, Manati, Nanti. All of those people is how you identify who is a pseudo.
Bottom line.
Put the hat on. You just bottom line them. There you go with all that stuff. Yeah,
That's
come
the
on, yo. We ain't doing that, yo. Man, listen, man. Trying to tell you, that's funny. Smash red. You in red form. You wow. You back in the armors.
No, I gotta give y'all props though, cause I ain't gonna lie, y'all done beat up the topic so much. When commission come on, it feel like a blast from the past. It's like going back in time and watching somebody from like the 90s come on and talk about something, you know.
You right
I
there,
still
bro.
ain't mad at dude. I love to build with him and get him on the right track, but he ain't like he don't want to be on the right track.
Yo, AZ, you right, yo. It's like a blast from the past. We sit back and say,
Like
and he try to take over. Go ahead, Zoo.
Like we seen that before, you know. We seen that before. All that stuff ain't new. So
it ain't, yo. It's not. It's the refurbished Malachi York whole package, the whole Nellicott, the Noble Drew Ali. What's up, brother La?
I'm just listening. Because I'm learning about the Circle 7 and
man,
Hold up, though. You want to know how we need to go in our bag? I need to sit commission down and show him a video of C. Freeman L. That's gonna bust this whole wig apart. Because what I'm trying to say, all this stuff he try to say about the Metal Netter, but y'all remember the Elder Moore's brother C. Freeman L?
Yeah.
When all he used to try to do is really read the Metal Netter, at least he has some prowess at it. And everything he showed contradicts everything commission be saying. But that's a Moorish elder.
Yep. Right in the nose.
going against the elders.
Going against the
That's crazy. And why they always gotta have Egyptian names though?
I don't know, man. I can tell you why I had the Egyptian name, yo, brother. I can tell you why I had it. I was in the Egyptian, the Egyptian order. That's why I had it. I liked it. Ankh. Still like the name. Yeah.
But you ain't never said the Metal Netter was never deciphered though.
No, that's retarded. Yeah, they just people. That's a rough one, yo. Walter Williams do that. I think sometimes, man, I don't know how you look at this, Smash, but I feel like it's a disservice when an elder continues to push the same old nonsense. I think it's a disservice. Like I think it is, and it's like some scientists that was found to be wrong, and they take that to their grave with them. Some of them actually take it to their grave with them. They refuse to change, and they just get pushed out. So I just think it's a disservice, yo, to keep teaching Egyptian history and keep saying they've been deciphered. Like that's wow. I don't know.
Keep it a buck though, out of respect for eldership and people like Walter Williams who get to reach the esteemed age of 90.
Yeah.
Fact.
Your eyes ain't gonna even let you study no more after about 75. So you locked into everything you learned. Keep it a buck. You locked into everything you learned before probably about 70, 75.
But wait a minute, Walter is sharp, yo. He's sharp.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm talking about our physical ability to be able to go out into the world. You know, once you become a senior citizen, a lot of that's reduced. And so, you know how the elders just start teaching you what they knew from hell a long time ago.
Yeah, I agree. But that's the ones that don't keep their shit refurbished up, yo. In that fluent communities, yo, people, you know, they keep they stay on
Honestly,
top.
Look through any community for somebody that's 80 or 90 with some new information, bro. Keep it real, though.
Richard Dawkins.
Yeah, that's why people be hating on Reggie.
Richard Dawkins.
We need more Reggies around.
Who is that? Well, I might be wrong. I could be wrong. I don't mind being wrong. But who's Richard Dawkins?
The white boy, atheist. He ain't teaching no.
He 80 or 90, and he be coming with new research and
still writing
information.
books. Yeah, still writing books. Look, Richard Dawkins doing.
Well, he should get his credit, and anyone else who could do that in those ages should get their credit too.
You gonna be able to do it.
Is a lot of our elders just be teaching the shit they learned a long time ago.
Yeah, you're gonna be able to do it though. It's technology. We get glasses now. All that. Yeah,
I need my glasses right now at 48. By the time I'm 78, I ain't trying to be in no books.
You gonna listen to the audiobook. Remember John Henry Clark was always upgrade. Reggie used to read to John Henry Clark. Yep. So we're gonna listen to. We might not read no more. We're listening. We already into the saving our eyes now.
Well, I could be wrong about that, but my point overall
I get your point, though.
I think he ain't looking at no updated information to be trying to tell us the metal netter is not deciphered, basically.
Yeah, but I think he made money off the subject, yo. I think he didn't expect us to come around, bro. It was nobody challenging that, yo. You see, it's hard for people to really know who the hell they looking at when they looking at us, bro. And I'm not tooting the horn. It's just the truth. And I talked about earlier how you can't be me. You can't be Smash. You would have to be there in the beginning of the shit. You would have to be the first one to say, yeah, yo, we're going to do it like this. You would have to have a group to be right there. Now, I'm not saying that's not going to be another group of individuals that's going to set a whole nother precedent. And I'm hoping for that moment, right? But wasn't nobody willing. First of all, we gave, this might sound wild, but it ain't, right? We gave him too much goddamn respect. See, I respect a person, right, for what they bring to the community. I respect a person for what the hell you get right. And I got enough, what you would call empathy to chill on the things you got wrong, unless you just beat your goddamn chest. So I just think we gave the elders too much damn respect for teaching that crazy ass shit they were teaching.
Well, what about the youngsters who followed up those elders and tried to run up on the Amara squad? It was young Pharaoh and Sarah Seti. But I want you to think back to that time period and why I wouldn't participate in that. You don't remember? I told you, I kept on being like, bruh, it ain't no way in the world that they is about to show up. I wouldn't even participate from day one. I knew it. I was like, them brothers is not coming nowhere to argue that the metal netter had not been deciphered. Think back to why I wasn't even in it. Even when Pharaoh and them was coming on the Amara Squad show, I was on one of those shows. But I knew this was some type of a joke.
Yeah. As long as said he been banging Kemet,
Don't make sense, yo.
just wake up one day, the Metal Nature had never been deciphered.
He been saying it. We just ain't know no better.
Well, it was really because he had wanted to start beefing with you, It was a lot of other stuff that everybody couldn't see. And since we was the ones banging Metal Nature, he some people will put their beef bigger than they teachings. They had changed their teachings over their beef. You feel me? So when y'all fell out, his stance on the Metal Nature changed. Think about it.
No, I got some film of him saying that same shit. Y'all was always wanting to get on his head. He would come on the show and throw backhanded comments. I even invited him to the science and technology thing, and he banged on us. Remember that? He was always a wild guy, yo. He never had no real respect. And he used me as a cover. Y'all be like, yo, we're gonna get him. Keep on. And we unk you back, get him. I used to keep y'all off of him. You remember that, right?
No, I remember that. Now that you're making me remember, keep going though.
So, you know, we fell out over a Dr. Ben book. That's what the hell we fell out over. When I'm doing a lecture and sound at a house, he coming there high, tripping, right? Just like doing too much and start banging on me about evolution. I'm like, dog, I got the book. And that's what we felt like, all right, yo.
Yeah, but I guarantee you, I remember that moment on Sinetta, but if you go through your memory, it ain't a day before that he ever said the Metal Netter wasn't deciphered. Nope. He came with all that going against you and everything that the Amon Ra Squad represent, basically.
Yeah, he was definitely doubling down because of that. He definitely doubled down. Yeah, he had the double down package. He definitely doubled down package on us. Yeah, he did that. Yeah, but damn, but why would you? But yeah, but he was saying white people don't got enough melanin in their eyes, though. Yeah, he was saying stuff like that. I don't know, man. We fell out over the Dr. Ben book and science, yo. That's what I mean, you know, that's what it is, yo. I mean, come on, yo.
Was he always saying that stuff about like the tails and all that stuff, man?
Yep, that's what he said. We just grew up, yo. Like we grew up on YouTube. Y'all don't even know it. Yep, we learned. And a lot of people wasn't willing to grow. Yo, they weren't willing to grow up on that, yo.
But you know what makes me mad? Said he was cool though. I hate that. Cats be having these character flaws. Because like if it wasn't for, I don't know why he threw me away and just blocked me after I flew him to Oakland. He got back home and just blocked me, bro. You remember? That shit was crazy.
Over a ticket. I think it was over a ticket. He wanted a ticket that he ain't even use, like the crazy shit.
No, he didn't even block me over the ticket. He got on some, this fool, I bought him a ticket. This fool shows up without using the ticket and then asks me, can I get him the refund? And I'm like, what is you talking about? You wasted my ticket. That ain't even how it works. But anyway, I'm just saying he just blocked me for nothing. But I don't feel like, shout out to SETI. I still, you know, it is what it is.
I ain't no shout out to no damn. The hell with SETI. Sorry, stupid SETI. I ain't the hell with that shit.
You're a fool.
Yeah, come on, yo. Ain't nobody did nothing to him, yo.
I still pop on his page every now and then he start talking crazy. I gotta get off.
I mean, he jamming, he still get a nice audience, yo. The people still fucking up. They be miseducating us for no reason, yo. Like we should use education to dig our history out the dirt, yo. You feel me? Like, how can we get our history if ain't nobody willing to go get into the goddamn school systems and college and universities? You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is crazy, yo. Like, it's wild, yo. Like, yeah, motherfuckers wouldn't even talk about museums and shit till we came around. Yo, they want to talk about no damn museums.
Y'all brothers be good, man. I'm out of here, man.
Appreciate you, brother. So, yeah, man, I don't know. What I do know is, man, we're going to keep, you know, pushing the way we supposed to push, yo. Right, wrong, or indifferent, yo. When we make mistakes, we'll say, yo, we just made a damn mistake, man. And because that's what humans do. We make mistakes. And you know, I'm here to let you know, man, I made a lot of mistakes and a lot of things, man. And sometimes you take a mistake and you turn it into a positive, yo. But not to admit when you make a mistake. is fatal. All right. And the conscious community definitely made a mistake in trying to overemphasize and try to pull from wild. And yeah, that's a mistake. And the whole community was based off the damn mistake. I'm just saying it. And I think the community now is in a better place because of the work people do in this community. You might not know it now, but the more you study, the more you read and research, the more you listen to audiobooks and just play kid attention, man. Like we don't have nothing that anybody else can't get, man. You know, Magi, man, I seen his development as a Magi archers, man. I seen him coming to his own, man. That's what everybody is pushing forward, man, and wanting to bring accurate history. So, you know, the shit might sound like Chinese right now to you. You know, you might be thinking you can grab a handful of grass and get rid of a fucking common cold or something. You might not realize you breathing in trillions of viruses. You might not get it. But somewhere down the line, yo, if you stay around long enough, yo, you be like, yo, them dudes was cool, yo. They was trying to help us. So I have a general love, an overarching love for Black people in America. I have a love for Africa and what it stood for, what it stands for, right? I have a burning desire to educate Black people at the highest level so they can have babies that will educate, so they can take care of themselves with food, clothing, and shelter. You know, I have a burning desire to fix the wrongs that I exacted on the Black community. So if you think I'm pumped up and hyped up, yeah, because, you know I did damage to the Black community, man. And I'm always making sure I fight hard to balance that out. That's why I be uncompromising on some shit, right? Because if somebody could have got me out them streets, man, how many lives could I have saved in Baltimore? Right? If I could have had a brother Ankh to say, yo, this ain't what that is, yo. I just didn't have that. Same thing with this, man. Like miseducating people around the world, yo, like that can't be cool. Because we talk about how education can stop us from wilding out. Like education can really put you in a position to not to have to sell dope. Put you in a position to think about things logically. Like maybe I should have a conversation with him before I take a comment on Facebook wrong and just shoot him. It's like if you travel in circles, man, if you and the difference, but let me give you something that's real, man. The difference between being where I was raised at, right, in Upper Park Heights, okay, Baltimore, Maryland, nice neighborhood, everybody own their goddamn homes, right, and walking my little ass down the street about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks, cross Nova Parkway, right, to a almost hood, because Raj is in that area that people still living in decent houses, but they might be renting them, and some of them are buying them. I'm gonna say this again. I come from a neighborhood where everybody bought their house. I walk down the street to a neighborhood with some people bought their house and some people renting their house. Then you go down to Belvedere, then nobody's on their house and nobody don't give a damn. Each level you go, and I'm saying this is based off of commerce and ownership, right? And the less you own, the less you care about it. And the less you care about it, yo, the less you care about your education. I don't know why that shit worked that way, but I'm saying that mindset down there in those areas, man, that nobody owns their homes or people sometimes own their homes, it's a different mindset. It's a different level of education. It's your social economics that will make you say, I'm gonna shoot the shit out somebody because he got something different going, different color or different, whatever the hell you stepped on my shoes, I'm gonna shoot you. As opposed to somebody that got an education and thinking and have built it to the point where they got something to lose. This shit is different, yo. And so it's my dream that those people down there that don't own their homes can get the same type of education that everybody should have. That the literacy levels will be raised in the Black community when we ain't running around like we back in Thunder the Barbarian days, yo. Like that shit is crazy to me, man. You know, going home, yo, it's not a beautiful thing for me these days, man. It's a whole different, and then to see this the kicker, now that the conscious community has been infused into African American community, you know what I'm saying? It's on the morning, the Breakfast Club. 5 Keys getting 5 million views. Yo, African Americans is watching y'all say, don't read no damn books. We've been miseducated. So they really turning away from education, yo. That for me, yo, that shit right there is unforgettable, man. I don't want to talk y'all to death, man. I just wanted to ease that into y'all psyche for a minute, man. Now y'all know why we here, man. Shout out to Smash Rockwell's, man. You're a rider. Do or die rider, yo. Very, very respectful cat. So damn respectful, he ain't even tell me he was Smash Rockwell's casual from hieroglyphics. I'll never forget the day he told me he was casual from the hieroglyphics. Lie to you not. I looked down on my floor and I had this motherfucking CD. Y'all don't even know about it. Y'all probably too young for a damn CD. I had a CD on the floor because I was a fan of his. I didn't fucking know that was him on the Amaral Squad. Wow moment for me. But shout out to that brother, man, and his tireless work and his respect and the way he carries his thing. I respect that. Shout out to the pseudo killers, man. Like and subscribe, man. Man, the community of skeptics, man. Formerly Real Black Atheists, man. Man, we trying to get those 3,000 subscribers, man. Go ahead over there and do that, man. Go ahead and subscribe up the Bobby Banger channel, man. Make sure you subscribe to the Smash Rockwell. He be going on during the day, man, with that intelligent conversation, man. Look, I appreciate everybody coming through. We had 2 hours, 30 minutes, man. It's late. Man, I appreciate everybody that came through, man. I appreciate our conversation, man. We're going to continue this dialogue. Look, go ahead and hit that. Go get that rewind, man, and go critique that debate for real, man. All right, that rewind coming this week. Then we got that debate coming up, right? On the House of Consciousness, man. What you doing, Smash? What you got going? What you doing? What we doing? Intelligent pay count? What we doing?
What you talking about?
I don't know, man. We need to have those lectures coming in, yo.
Oh yeah, we gonna come, but I'm gonna wait till after y'all finish the science fair and stuff.
All right, okay, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody that's fighting to do the right thing, man. You know what I mean, yo? I think it's important for us to continue to further our education on anything we're doing. I'm a science advocate. I'm an education advocate. I do not put white and black on education. Education is goddamn education. You needed to move forward in this world, man. The difference between me being in prison for the rest of my life, yo, and being on here, yo, was my level of education. Never forget that, man. It's important for us to stay hard in what we do, man. Stay strong in what we do, man. I appreciate everybody coming through, man. And with my favorite motherfucking song, man. Nash Rockwell, Please Believe. I know what it is.
If you ain't Sinetta, no time for that interview, dog. I put my shit out for niggas, I don't send it to blogs. Plan kill off the Buddha, not being discreet. One puff, this big pops and projectiles.
Shout out to everybody in the building, man. The stars came out tonight, man. Appreciate that, man. All day, every day, man. We here, man. We be back tomorrow, man. Support education and community, man.
Sipping on that overpriced poltergeist spirits, ripping at the open mic, spoke the nice lyrics like Mama moved mean overnight, golden motorbike, holding on some Tron shit, that nice neon hit is on it. The king's libation with exotic liqueur, the queen's vibration like a Sasha Shakur. A lot of
every knowledge, beauty redemption.
got at the store. Nubian Kush,
what's up? The mission I see you here set, man. AJ Morgan. They always in the building, man. 22 Love 07, long term support of Ages all day. Appreciate everybody, man.
See what that weed did? Yes, man, agreeing on everything we said. I smell the mic like it's the love
Bobby
of my
Banger,
life.
man.
Don't get sliced and beat with the butt of the knife. Brother polite, I say I'm animalistic.
Y'all know what it is, man. The old neighborhood.
With my hand on my pistol. The Hebrews
I
think I'm
see you.
cannibalistic. E5 divination, channel the mystic. Audio visionary. Let's play poetical Pictionary. Picture me burning down your missionary. Yeah, then I send you religion. That red dot on your head, that's Hindu tradition. invisible, independent, intrinsic shit. I'll bring it all to an end with indivisible gains. Charles Xavier, getting your brain. Mental anguish or manifesting physical pain. Wizard remains to dance in the chemical rain. Breathe slow, then I'm up out of this physical plane. Got military machinery that exercise weaponized greenery. Shine at a jeopardize the scenery, son. Bruh, the beam 10 times your distance. Inclines convention. Stop rising with no trend line resistance. The parabolic breakout. I'm F-16 with the aeronautic fake out. The God killer. The God killer. The God killer. It's the God killer. The God killer. That's who it is. The God killer. The God killer. It's the God killer. The God killer.